And with that, welcome back to the last playday of Stage 2 of the ESA Cup. We have WeSports against Eclezya upon us, and I will cast the whole match together with the one and only Dianic. Welcome.
Hey. I was worried for a second that you forgot how to pronounce my name, but you didn't. I'm very proud of you. I'm just joking, Tricky. Look at you, bless you.
We casted some games together. Don't forget it, please.
I know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's say something straight up. Dianic isn't a console caster. She just probably casts everything on PC. So be ready for some content calls from her side. But I'm all the way hyped up. Like I said, it's the last game of Stage 2. The winner of today's match will follow the other 7 teams who are already in the finals and will compete in the last few games. So I would say let's have a look on the team cards before we go in with and starting with Eclezya Esports. We have Hayden, we have Akashi, Egan, Deyuko, Shizui, Eden, Fergu, and Yanis on the French side with a total win rate of 57%. Not the best, not the worst. I mean, they are with they have the chance to step into the finals, but need to step up a little bit today to cover their spot. Best map Kefi, worst map Oregon, but all the statistics we can see here are from OPL tournaments, so not every other cup they are playing in. But yeah, let's have a look on WeSports, where we'll start with Afladung, Druid, Phantom, Venom, Shinji, Bankyus, Husky, Reedy, and Bravery, with a total win rate of 73%, a little bit better. But yeah, like I said before, Clubhouse is the best map, Cafe as the worst map. So I'm a little bit hyped what maps we will see tonight. And Danik, I would say let's have a look on the map button.
Exactly. You already talked about the teams and the players, but the real important question is what maps are we going to see? And as you guys can see, the teams already have done the map arms like always. In the 3 maps we're going to be seeing in this best of 3 is going to be Nighthaven, Border, and Skyscraper. We have 2 bigger maps with Nighthaven and Skyscraper on the board, and a rather smaller map to medium map with that is Border. WeSports decided to pick Nighthaven. They had a lot of other opportunities. They could have chosen Bank, could have chosen Consular. Decided to go for, I would still say, rather new map. It has been played in Pro League competitive tier 1 quite a lot now. People know what to do. People have seen already quite a few strats, but it's still new to the competitive pool. It's not been in, for example, like a Border, who has already been in since ages, who has been picked out and then back brought into the map pool. And then we have, as a third map, we have Skyscraper, which is kind of a middle thing. It's new, it has been taken out, has been brought back in, but it's not as old like Border. So I'd say we have a pretty big variety here.
I completely agree with you there. I mean, all of the 3 maps we can possibly see tonight haven't played that often. It's only the second time we see Nighthaven Labs here in ESA Cup, and we already played more than, let me lie, 60, 70 matches. But yeah, I would say let's go in. Nighthaven Labs is upon us. And let's see what the both teams can bring up there. Will it be WeSports or will it be Eclezya? The thing in this situation is, like I said before, you don't have that much intel on the console scene. It's hard to ask right now. What do you think? Which team will have an advantage right now? But let's have a look on the sides. We have Eclezya in the defense and WeSports in the attack. And just with an eye on the sides we have here, what do you think? Is there any team who has an advantage?
Well, I think the advantage, as you already said, I don't really have as much knowledge when it comes to the console scene, but I think the team who's gonna start on the defense is gonna have the advantage point because it's still a fairly new map. A lot of teams do struggle on the attacking side, and we have seen that the defense right now on Nighthaven is the better side. After it's been played quite a few times, we saw that the attacking side actually has the better stats if we look at that at tier 1, but we're not in tier 1, so we can't really take all of these statistics, bring it down to a tier 4 level. But we can say that the defense is always the easier part, especially for a team who just played this map or who are a little bit fairly new when it comes to this lineup. These two teams, if I'm correct, you can definitely correct me here, have only played once against each other. So they're still fairly new to each other, but they do know each other to a point, which in case that brings a lot of questions like, is the defense going to have the better hand now, is the attack going to have the better hand now, and that falls into the playstyles of these two teams. As we can see, the 4 operator already have been banned. We have Nook, Flores, Solis, and Fenrir, 2 defense operators pretty default. You want to ban them out because of law of verticality. You don't want to bring the Solis in, same as the Fenrir can be quite a pain to deal with. And the attacking side, bring out the Nook, make sure they can't really lurk around. If they want to lurk around, they have to do it with an Ash with an IQ, which rather may expose them, or where they have a different gadget or not as good of a gadget to support that roaming style. At the last operator is Flores. He has low drones. He can get rid of some shields, Azami, Kiba barriers. It's not going to be the case anymore. He's off the board. So they're going to have to work around here. As we can see, Mira's back on the board. We have the Kite. A lot of operators that would have required a Flores to deal against, but there's still Twits. There's still other operators who counter all of these defense operators. Question is, how's their attack gonna be? Is it gonna be one-sided, two-sided? Just a lot of questions here from the beginning, first 3 rounds, but I think they're gonna be answered pretty quickly, in my opinion.
I mean, we will find out in the next few minutes. But the other question I'm asking right now, what will the defense do? I mean, as you can see, they're playing the whole side very wide. They're playing with the connector. They're playing with a mirror window towards warehouse. They're playing with very much possible entry points for the attackers as well. And that's the question, what can WeSports do to enter? Where will they enter? And as we can see, we have the Ash entering downstairs in kitchen, making her move inside, playing quite a little bit aggressive with the breach. What's connector is getting open, and Shizu with the opening frag. The ace out of the mix, early opening frag. And yeah, one of the 2 hard breachers already out.
But that is completely fine because they still have the Thermite to rely on in case of that, as we can see next few shots coming in, but yet not another kill has fallen, as we can see Corey now making his way onto the other side to apply a little bit of ghost pressure, even actual pressure from the other side, as we can see. Oh, now we've managed to walk in, get a first few kills in. The trades coming in, as we can see C4 already reused, but the upper hand still falls in the hand of the defender, but now it's being back to a 3v3 scenario, equality, as we like to say it, but the default and the health is now more instead going to the attackers. We can see everybody's just trading out each other, but now it's a 1v2 scenario, and all up to Alpha here on the side of WeSports to get this round for his and his team. So we can see 2 mirror windows popped open. He could take these few angles, as we can see Frost and Warden both playing a little bit safe here. Frost peeking though in, taking the first one, is now back down to a 1v1 AK against Alpha in a 1v1 scenario. Both know who the other player is. The question is, who's gonna land the first headshot here?
Yeah, and in the end, it's AK with the one catching the first one for his team, for Eclezya right now. As you mentioned, 1v1 situation, both teams led a very well first round, kill-heavy first round in my opinion, even with Eclezya starting on top with the opening frag. But they played it well, and as you can see in this round, a map like Nighthaven is very solid-sided for both teams. You can win as an attacker, as a defender, if you played as a team. That's something I probably like the most of on Nighthaven Labs. You have a chance wherever you're playing, and that's something that makes this map very interesting for me, even to watch and to cast. And just for the information for you guys on the stream, we are dealing with some problems with the clean feed. I hope that it will getting fixed ASAP. But we see the most.
Exactly. But we're trying to work through it, as you guys can see, and we're trying our best. Here at Really Match, you can play on this map nearly every side because it's kind of new and there's not a weaker side. Usually you have 3 spots who are the best, and the third one or the fourth one you don't really want to go to because it is the weakest. You're not favoring it as much when you compare this map to other maps, but because this map is so new to competitive pool, because it's been so new, as soon as it has come into the map pool, it's been directly put into the competitive pool. That's where there was no time to play around with this map, to find weak spots, to find the weaker side. That's where you can play every side, which makes it, as you said, really, really interesting, especially for the attacking, but for the defending team, because you're not limited to 3 sides you want to play, but you can play 4, you can rotate it around, play around as much as you like. But as we just saw, even though it was a 1v1, the favor still was a little bit on the defending side, and the point did went to the defender side. So, talking about having the upper hand on the defending side, that's been taken away now with the first opening pick going to the attackers.
But the refrag is straight up there. Vertical C4 is coming out with AK securing another big kill on the Jackal here. So we have a 4 against 4 situation with WeSports trying to play the whole thing vertical. But it's the Mozzie. No, flanking towards cafeteria. And we'll have contact right now. And nobody on the side of the attackers was aware of him flanking right now, and he still gets another one, leaving out the whole field with a 4v1 situation right now, and it's ensured with the Maverick in a clutch situation, but he's onside already. Probably dropped the hedge or something like that, and now has to find his kills. But it's Ato with the final. I mean, probably what is WeSport doing there that they didn't have any intel on the Mozzie flanking towards cafeteria? Missing flank watch, missing capital, small mistakes, yeah.
Exactly, but it's fine. We're only first 2 rounds in, and as I like to say, the first 2 rounds you kind of get to know your opponent, especially in T4. You don't really know what stack, what 5 people you're gonna play against. So a lot of times you need these first 2 rounds to kind of get to know your opponent. How they're playing, what are they doing? Are they very aggressive? Are they rather passive? Are they playing into this perfect PDM meta? Just a lot of questions you can answer with the first 2 rounds. And now the first 2 rounds have passed. As we can see, WeSports, they do take a little bit slower. They want to be a little bit quicker on the top floor take, on the roam clip, but it didn't really work out. And as we can see, on the other hand, Eclezya, they're really aggressive when it comes to the roam play. They want to peek into stuff there. They don't really give up as much positioning. So they're going to be aggressive, they're going to push in, they're going to peek in. We've seen in the last 2 rounds they do that quite often. So WeSports, that's a good indicator how they want to play this map. They want to play rather of refrags ability. They've got to push them up. They got to make sure they have the flank cams. As you just said, where was that flank cam? Why was nobody worried that the Mozzie is flanking behind them? It's because the information was missing. But with these next 4 rounds on the attack, they need to step up their game if they want to make it on this map. It is a best of 3. It is their map though, but they want to have this win. They don't want to fall into a map disadvantage where the enemy team would have 1 map up and then we would maybe see 3 maps. They want to clean it off, but same to the Eclezya. They want to make it clean. They have the ability to do it, to start on the defense. So if they can make it clean, they should make it.
That's completely right. But what I think it's interesting right now is when you have a look on the lineup on the side of WeSports, we have, I mean, Classic, Thatcher, Termite, Heartbreach, and Opener. But as well, also we have an Ayana and an Ash. Very frag-heavy lineup, in my opinion. Bravery clearing up. Triple kill. Has he not even entered building? Also a pretty interesting thing for me is that they play control and storage and not even competing kitchen and dining. I mean, it's basically a spot we saw on the major as well, that the pro teams probably use this spot favored. But in this case, it don't quite work out for Eclezya with they. My God. With the boys dropping the first round and WeSports can secure a really clean first attacking round right now. I mean, I wanted to say, I thought the lineup is probably a little bit too frag heavy, in my opinion, with Ayana, Ash, and even Ram, even if you can play vertical with her. Yeah, I probably have to shut up right now. Played very well. Good gameplay we saw there. I think you probably knew what I wanted to say. No blank watch again, no nomad, gridlock, or something like that. They played it just with the camps they had and then said, okay, let's go in, get these kills, and show what we're all about. It worked.
Exactly. But what's more surprising is that Corey just went and got the 3 kills within his team. There was, I believe, no refrag possible coming behind him, so if he would have died, that would have been maybe 1-for-1 trade, a 2-for-1 trade was still fine, but you want to make sure you have this little extra refragability if in case you die. As we saw in the last kill, we saw somebody pushing into that breach, somebody holding that vertical to make sure for the last person, for the last defending team. Diana swung in, got fragged, but the immediate refrag came a few seconds after that because there was already vertical pressure on him. There was somebody already walking in from the breach, so that was refrag. If Curry would have done the same with a little bit more support from behind, we saw there was a John giving in constant information what his enemies are, and he just walked in, got the 3 kills, and secured his team basically a free round, because when you set a score difference or a team advantage that high, that round is most likely to go to in your hands, and that's what you want to see from the side of WeSports. They want to keep up the man advantage, but they want to make sure they don't lose it as quickly as we saw right now. Already, Curry's already been injured from the other side, and nobody is there to help him up, to maybe secure him being refragged. He is injured, though. It doesn't seem like that the enemy team know that he's injured, which is for now a good spot. As we can see now, Alpha is slowly but steady going to help his teammate now, and he can securely bring him back on his feet, meaning we're back to a 5v5. But the first few breaches also going to come in now. Them talking about equality. We have the first defender being taken out. Sushi is now out as the kite. Doesn't matter, the utility is placed. Refrag coming onto that. Back to a 4v4 man count. Next few shots coming in, but it's going to be Arca with a triple kill now on his hands. Back to a 3v2 as the final frag coming in, but the teams just keep fragging each other. But it's going to be Vanzi here in a 1v2 scenario, but it's still Arca on the board, who's just done a free kill spree here.
I mean, they are keeping up what they are started with. They're playing a little bit slowly, but then frags are coming frag by frag by frag. They are playing with extremely much tempo right now. But yeah, we have Bankus in a 1v2 situation, low on HP, and it's AK again, clearing off the round. Secures his team. Another round on the top floor. A spot they probably can defend. No, they can't defend anymore in this sorry. They can't defend anymore in this rotation. Yeah, that's right. And now going back to tank assembly, a round where WeSports started extremely well, in my opinion, the last round. But it was the Mozzie on the flank who was the key player in that situation. So now he goes again on top. Will reinforce the hedges right now, so that WeSports will have some trouble with Ogon finding out some interesting bugs, as we saw before, and now is playing through the side. Again, Amira in the mix with her windows straight to the main breach. I mean, the basic lineup, the basic play we see from Eclezya right now, at least in the bottom floor, is pretty basic in my opinion. With the Mira windows, we have the one, we have again a very frag heavy lineup in my opinion there, with one and Vigil. The question is, how will they play?
As we can see right now, WeSports, I don't believe they want to go here for a little bit of a role play. As we can see, though, all of them are kind of stuck on these 2 breaches here. First time match already being denied by the beautiful bandit trick. that's just coming. As we can also see from the blue team, from the defending team, we have 4 C4, so that's going to be really hard of a burden. As we can see also Vigil doing some verticality here with the impacts, creating a few angles in case they want to rush, in. He can hold his team down from above. But also what they gotta be careful of if they want to take top floor control now is that they don't fall to these C4s. They can be quite a pain to deal with, but if you stand still on the spot, if you hug with your teammates, you might fall to one of these C4s. We can see right now we have 2 Romas supporting each other, one in the hallway left of him and the other one behind the sofa. The question is which kill is gonna fall first. We can see the first kill coming. It's gonna be Quarry here supporting his teammate to get the first opening in his hands. There is 1 roam of the board. Can they get the second one, or is he going to retreat back to site?
And I think we can say he is coming back to side, letting WeSports making the move on top. 1.5 minutes off the board means half of the round is already done. Main bridge is open because it was a soft wall. But for now, WeSports need to bring a little bit more pace into the game. I mean, they have the opening frag, the Vigil is out, AK 7 kills on the mix, top frag on the side of Eclezya is out. But now WeSport is playing it pretty smart in my opinion. Jured outside of the bridge with the Ash, and Afla is entering. WeSports is entering the side and clearing out everyone step by step, with Diju is on a mission trying to clear out, but only finds one, finds Quarry, and Phantom is straight up there, confirming the refrag with what brings us to a score of 3-2 for Eclezya. What probably means if WeSport will win the next round, they will go with a 3-3 wall swap. What I probably think is pretty good for them. If they make it, at least. If they make it, at least.
Exactly, that would be the ideal scenario for the side of WeSports here, to make it back to a 3-3, to be a neutral swap, to then have a fresh start on the defense. But if we gotta be honest, especially for the defending team, they want to keep up their man here, they want to keep up the points on their side, so they want to bring this up to a 4-2 scenario. They want to give their enemies 1 more round here, because that would mean they would then be in a neutral, there would be an attacking team. And it's already said, the first 2 rounds, we can't really judge 2 teams of the first 2 rounds, especially in T4. Because that's how get to know your opponent, understand what to do, and understand what the playstyle is, and that's especially what WeSports did. First 2 rounds, it didn't really look as good, but as we saw, the 2 rounds they have won, they really understood the playstyle from the defending team, and they knew how to play against it, what are the weaknesses of that team, and we're gonna use that. Yes, unfortunately, they still gave one of the rounds to the defending team, but it doesn't matter. It was top floor, that it is the best defending side. If you look at Pro League stats, that is the side that has the biggest defense rate, so no wonder that that side is gonna go also to the defending side. But now we're playing a completely different spot. As you said, you didn't see Kitchen, and you wanted to see Kitchen, and now we have it. We have Kitchen now being played. How do you feel? Did your prayers get heard? What do you feel like?
I mean, the first thing I want to say here, it's every time a big play for in my opinion. Wow. Nice shot from Druid there, right now with Shizui dropping out, and I probably think he wasn't even meant to be shot. He was aiming at the Mozzie who's running downstairs. But yeah, I'm hyped up that we see all 4 of the spots who are playable on a night, having at least once in the defense. But yeah, the question is, they got the opening frag, the first death is done. That's a hard one. I mean, it was to a bow as well. You can close a breach for so much time. And yeah, I mean, on the bakery spot, the breaches are one of the key positions for the attackers to encounter, but now even the Mozzie is out of the mix, who was trying to find someone there, but had no big chance of clearing out again. Is it just me, or does Eclezya have big time trouble with vertical gameplay?
It does look like that they do have a little bit of a trouble, but ladies and gentlemen, that means now WeSports has gotten the round, meaning we're up to a 3-3 neutral swap now. And now knowing that Eclezya might have a little bit of trouble with verticality could mean WeSports might abuse that, might play a lot of verticality games, but also would mean that if Eclezya plays vertical, they could maybe have the upper hand, maybe swing into it, maybe use that as their advantage, or maybe just not. Maybe just gonna rely on the C4s. We did saw 4 C4s being brought by Eclezya, but they didn't really use all 4 C4s, which makes me a little bit sad, as maybe a few of you know. I love C4s. When I play Rainbow Six Siege, I cannot pick a operator who doesn't have a C4. I live for C4s when it comes to that. So every time I see a C4 and I'm like, it's like itching for me to see a kill or to see how it's being used. Is it being used for distraction, for kill? And we saw Eclezya use it for verticality, but it didn't bring them as much. Now a kill is happening, no distraction was happening. Now we can see WeSports. How are they gonna use it? Is it distraction kills, or are they just gonna throw it away? Is how they're gonna use this utility usage?
Yeah, that's the question. The thing I also finding is really interesting to see the mirror setup right there with a completely soft wall on the second mirror window towards the connector side. But let's have a look how this will work with Eclezya trying to spot out some operators. Yeah, maybe not have seen on the drones before. You trying to spot out something. And I mean, at least he finds some cams, some mute jammers, and probably some magnets. But Eclezya is also playing very aggressive, even already inside connector, close side. But can't find anyone. I mean, he made his move, but for now, they need to find a way to get in there.
Of different things they could be using now. Maybe some nades. We can see we're about to go in the second one as well. Just getting the breach, meaning now they have the breach on the top floor open, but it's a mute shotgun close range. You gotta be careful who's gonna swing into that. But as we can see also, they have a lot of utility already used, and that is a good ground they've gathered, but they haven't used everything, meaning they can still use a lot of next C4 coming out. The question is it gonna be a kill? Yes, it is. That means the first opening pick going now to the side of WeSports. They still have the close range mute there, which can be a pain, but the pain is gonna be on his side as he's been taken out. Another 2 teammates as well, back to a 3v3 scenario. Another C4 coming, but it's not gonna find a single cookie. That means the round is now gonna probably slow down a little bit as they've gathered top floor control. They now want to start to do a little bit of verticality, so we can see Phantom of WeSports is still top floor, managed to hide away. The question is, do they know that he's there? Do they know?
That's the thing, and I will be honest here. I don't think they really know that he's there after securing the next vertical kill. With Ato is on site at the moment. Even can see a foot there. Jemand after leading to a 2v2 situation right now. Phantom still in the top floor. Jewett is turning now to side. Yeah, but no, it's Phantom. It's Phantom. He was hidden the whole round, but now he need to find some kills. Sneaking towards the top floor. But the question is, does he have intel? I think he probably knew that there is someone, and he gets in 1v1 situation.
Very close. We can see now Auto going down for the breach. So we can see Phantom is gonna have to be careful now. He's gonna stick that breach. He's gonna stick that diffuser now, and he's on low HP. Just has to hit one, but it's gonna be Auto find the last bullet he needed to hit on the first peak, and now that means the first round going now to the attacking side. And now Eclezya, they have the upper hand back again. Yet to this point, we haven't seen WeSports taking the upper hand. Doesn't mean they can still get it, but it is their map. You want to see a team who on their map perform good. You want to see them getting the rounds. You want to see them secure the map. But right now, even though they looked really strong at the beginning, peeking in with the mute was a little bit unnecessarily. You're gonna have to say it there. He got the kill to C4, then he swung in for no reason. There was no info on that guy. Maybe he heard some footsteps, wanted to play securing it, but there was nobody up to follow him. His team was already a little bit pushed back, and that momentum is what are you gonna do? Are you all together gonna push? Are you all gonna stay back? As we saw, only himself pushed forward to get that kill. Unfortunately, he didn't get that kill, but got traded out. And then his other teams also crumbled apart as they have been peaked by Mezzanine, they've been picked by Blue. A lot of different angles, they've been picked out one by one, then bring it down to a 3v3, and then all the way down to a 1v1, which you don't want to be in, especially as a Castle. You're gonna have to say Castle has the worst gun in the game. As a Castle, you want to be the first few being taken out, because you have a shit gun, you have a shit fire rate, you have a shit damage. You want to be taken out first. Yes, you may not have recoil on your gun. A lot of, again, positive and cons to it. But compare that against a R4C, or I don't quite know which gun Auto was using there. G36. You have the weaker gun, you don't want to be in a 1v1, and exactly that happened. But talking about Atto, he's going to be the one to fall down in this round.
Another thing I think it's pretty interesting is that we see again the storage side downstairs. You mentioned before the best side statistically is the top floor, and I think it's followed up by the basement spot. Because, but I need to be honest, I don't know if it's true what I'm saying right now. But it's interesting to see they're playing this side again. I mean, they lost the first round, but they are trying to do it straight up again. Playing all the way the same strategy with Phantom waiting inside IT, having his angle towards the warehouse window, with Eclezya making their move to the top floor, trying to find another kill. The vertical, no vertical support. The support is going out, but finds nothing. Can't deny the breach, and neither can find any damage or a kill or something. But yeah, Eclezya need to find a way inside, and the problem before was Kravery, who dropped out a little bit too early. Now gets knocked out again, with Shizui flanking towards the kitchen hallway and finding Bankus with the one who probably didn't know he was coming there. But yeah, 3 against 3. I think that Eclezya had a better round last round, but for now they are all with all 3 players in the launch in the hallway, trying to enter the IT side, the security side, control side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's happening there? Alpha's just taking out 2 of the players from Eclezya. It's all up to Dayu now here to make this 1v3 scenario possible. A bit surprising there. I didn't see the angle he was shooting from, and he just got 2 beautiful kills there, basically securing his team a win here in case they don't take a lot of 1v1s now. As we can see, every player's kind of positioning themselves to have an angle on this play. The first one about to peek in, and it's gonna be him also dropping the hatch and just clearing this out as a team. Beautifully played from the side of WeSports here, now bringing back a round for themselves, meaning we're back to a 4v4 standing, which is a bit surprising considering we saw the first 2 rounds and it did look quite a lot of Eclezya sided, but now we do see the strength from WeSports coming even up. I was a bit conservative when they played the same side twice there. Gonna have to say that I was a little bit concerned there, because usually I prefer a team after they lost a round to go somewhere else, unless they know the mistakes they've done and they know how to fix that within the next round. And exactly that was WeSports. They saw the mistakes, they fixed the mistakes, and beautifully played himself in a 3v1 scenario. Also the 2 kills from the side from Alpha coming in. Beautifully clutched there, just to bring his team even further into a better winning spot. Clutching up the round, closing up the round, and beautifully at the end there. Really well played. And now we're heading up to the top floor, which is, as already mentioned once, the spot that has the highest winning rate when it comes to defending side. Is it gonna live up to his dreams? Are they gonna win this round? Is it gonna be the first round that WeSports are gonna take the upper hand in? Or is Eclezya gonna change that? And maybe we're gonna see a little bit X. Maybe we're gonna see Eclezya back up on the top.
I mean, it would be the first time that Eclezya would give away the leadership in this match. But yeah, you mentioned it. It's the best, statistically the best defending side, and Eclezya is trying to make their move. They're playing the same way they did the 2 rounds before, clearing from the connector side and playing it with the Maverick, also very interesting to see in my opinion. I mean, they're placing the headline you saw before, Ato with the Ash, having an angle towards the connector side, in case there's someone flanking or peeking towards there. But it's interesting to see that they play with the Maverick as the hard breacher. No Ace, no Thermite in the mix. It's probably some reaction to a bow who's probably possible to play or available to play. But I mean, the bridge is opened. The bridge is opened. It worked.
The bridge is open now. That's what matters, because we're already in 1 minute full team mark. So at this point, you want to have a few bridges open. You want to have stuff to deal with, and as we can see, that's exactly what they have. But Curry is here again, close range with the Mutant. We've seen him play this spot quite a few times now, and I mean, we're likely to say that he does love the spot. Maybe that's his go-to spot when it comes to that, because CC4 already being used. First, utility usage as well coming in. But they're gonna have to be careful to not kill each other there, because he was aiming directly at the head of Joe. You can see. Oh,
no way!
nearly closed the deal here on Aiden. Holy, that was way too close for my behalf, as we can see next few peeks coming in. And they want to play a little bit safe. They don't want to peek as much into it, but Spinagusisha taking out the first pick on Juliet, which was a rather questionable positioning there. But the frags are coming in from the side of WeSports now, closing it up back to their side, and it's now a 2v4 scenario with just everything falling apart to the side. Eclezya, they're just not getting these kills. They can find the first, can you find the seconds, but it's going to be the shotgun at the end, closing it up, meaning WeSports have the upper hand now, first time in this map. They could be potentially already going to match point with the next round.
And let's press Crevery a little bit. I mean, it's the third round he played mute with his shotgun close on the door, and it's the first kill he can gather there. At least one time not being fragged out when the breach is getting open. All in all, WeSports played it very well towards the connector side. They didn't. That was the problem on the side of Eclezya for that situation. They had the Maverick with them, but can't compare with Ace or Hibana or something like that. They had so much trouble to clear out the mirror window to come towards that jump rotation they had there, and can't even do something to clear out, like the breach or something like that. It was so hard for them to find this way towards the side, into the side. And WeSports just holding their angle, just waited for some heads or bodies to show up so they can get or confirm the kill. That's basically a problem with I have a problem with in games like this.
It was back in the days when Maverick came out, there was like Maverick 1 tricks, a lot of people starting to main Maverick, but ever since Ace has been introduced to the new Heart Breacher, obviously Maverick has fallen down a little bit on favor. A lot of people stopped playing Maverick. Also, he has been nerfed a little bit, but people just stopped playing Maverick because Ace was so more powerful, better gun, better gadget, better utility in general. And no wonder that a lot of people did stop using the one tricks. The one tricks are still possible. You can still do them pretty quickly. If you train with Maverick enough, you can still do them, but because of that Ace been brought in, a lot of people stopped using. But now with the new operator coming in, Maverick is now more needed than I think he was at the beginning, and we can see that now being a little bit of a struggle. And as we can see, Eclezya, they want to make it quick. They're already on site, going down for the plant, but it's... they just walked on site, getting the first 2 picks. Now it's here as well, and then putting themselves in a 4v3 scenario, and it's just all falling in their favor. Diffuser down, kills are falling into their hands even more. Back to a 4v1 scenario, all up to Duet here. Question is, can he do it? He has a mirror 1c4, but the time is ticking slowly but steady down. It's not looking too good. And it's gonna be Eclezya with a quick push on site, rather a rush considered. Taking this round into their hands, bringing it back to a 5v5, meaning the next win is going to be the match point, and both teams can be here the first. And this is way closer than I expected, I gotta be honest.
I completely agree with you there. I mean, they played once against each other. It was a 7-2 win for WeSports. Let's say that about this gameplay. I think we didn't mention the come out of their match they had before. But yes, it was a 7-2 for WeSports. But Eclezya just figured out what WeSport was playing 1-1 before and just rushed in. The kitchen side was completely free. They can go on a plant. Just had the foot line they needed to care about. And as you saw, Ato with his angle towards the hallway, towards the door, he just can deny everything that happens. And it was a smart one from Eclezya. The question is, what will WeSports do? No, will they bring up the same setup? Will they play the same gameplay they've done before? And what will Eclezya do? Will they try another rush? I mean, it could possibly work because I think we have the same setup on the side of WeSports.
Yeah, we kind of, it's not exactly the same, but really close to same. But you're right on that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. They got rushed out of the side. The chances that the attacking side will rush in again is a little bit less than most of the people expecting, because the attacking team thinks right now, okay, they will prepare for a rush or something like that. But if you have a look on what WeSports is doing right here, they're playing it big again. It probably would work if that, right? Because have a look on the outlines on the inside of the site. I think there's no one close side. I mean, it would work, but yeah, I mean, I completely understand why they want to try it again. No, trying to clean out the top floor, rounding in, but that's a little bit harsh because WeSports is playing with so much intel there, with so many lines. You can get peek from probably every spot, with even securing the opening flag. Berhu's out, and even Phantom is getting a good amount of damage. And now they need to be secure because it's Mira who will be the next one. And yeah, Eclezya on top.
No backup in her hands. Holy, that was a really good push. As we saw, maybe it wasn't as well shown on the cameras. There were two pushes incoming at the same time. Beautifully played. Another kill falling into the hands of Atso here. All back to Curry in a 1v5, but it's going to be Echo with the final kill. What 2 rounds? Really didn't expect Eclezya from such a struggle to come back from 2 rounds. But here the question: why did WeSports go back to the same side? Why did they play it twice, knowing once they got rushed and the second time they could have just gone to a different side? They have nearly every side available. They decided to go kitchen again, even though the first time didn't really work out because they had nobody playing on side. Then putting one player on side, but it still doesn't fix the problem within the strat. We saw a lot of people being rather distant to each other, just not playing a lot of 1v1s, not being able to cover each other. And as we saw that happen in the kills falling one by one, and there was no one to really help the other teammates for refrag potential because he was being challenged by another angle again. And now we have Eclezya being on the match point for this map, which is the pick from WeSports. So here we're in a little bit of a dilemma because WeSports, you want to have the map on your side. It is your map pick. You want to have it in your hands. But now the enemy team have the match point. They could close it up. They could make the 7-5, or we could see a overtime. And I'm going to ask you as well, Stricky, but also the Twitch chat, what do you guys think is going to happen? Are we going to see an overtime, or are we going to see the first map ending with a 7-5? What is your prediction, Stricky?
It's a little bit hard to say, to be honest. I think that WeSport definitely have the gameplay, the game sense to cover up this round and can come back. They showed it before. They definitely can come back from a low. But the last 2 rounds were very clear for Eclezya. Now they're playing again the storage side. The side they won once and they lost once. Also a pretty interesting thing. They played the top floor once, if I'm right with that.
Yep.
And just played the mid floor from then on. I mean, it's a hard question. I probably think they can do it. I hope they will do it because I love what both teams are playing here. But Eclezya is, in my opinion, the team who step up the game a little bit more in the last few rounds. They can compete more to the setup that WeSports is bringing up there. Can think about it, that they will play a little other gameplay as they showed before. But that's something I will show. Never mind. Okay,
No.
they reach again. They're playing the same attack setup they done before with Bankus and Afla clearing out the first two operators. Okay, I mean it probably works sometimes. It works sometimes, but even WeSports can cover up if you're playing basically overall the overall same attack as you done before. And yeah, okay.
It's okay, it's tricky. Not everything can come as we wanted once, but this round's definitely, looking of it, gonna go to the side of WeSports. And 1v5 scenario definitely still winnable, but especially in a competitive 5v5, you're gonna have to expect the refrags, you're gonna have to speak the peeking in, to expect everything of that. And as we can see, next few shots coming in, he can find the first, but he has still 4 more to go. The question is, can he do it, or is he gonna fall? And at this point, it's gonna be Phantom, the man who hit once on this map and wasn't able to clutch it, now made it back to the scoreboard and brought this round back for him. Meaning, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna see overtime coming in onto the first map, Nighthaven, which is honestly, I didn't expect, especially from the first 2 rounds we've seen on this map, then for the following on. I knew it's gonna be close, but I'm gonna have to say I did expect Eclezya to win that because they adapted pretty well to every round. But the last round, a lot of question. They already lost once with that attack. Why not changing up? Why not switch a little bit the attack so that you might win that round? But they just did exactly what I already said, exactly from thin to paper like the round before. Step 1, step B, step 3, and you're gonna swing the same thing in, you're gonna peek the same angle again. But the question is why? They played the same spot, you know their attack. Counter strats, do something crazy maybe. It is TDM meta. Be quick. You've done a rush. It worked out perfectly. Maybe try again. Don't do the same thing again that is perfectly written, because as we saw, it didn't really work out.
Yeah, that's it. The surprising effect for the defenders is a little bit missing there, because you said it right now. Eclezya is playing the same attack all the time. Maybe some little adaptations, but they clearly won't work out. Same thing we can say about the WeSports on that side. They adapt something, it works. They lost the first round downstairs, but after that they covered up their game and come back extremely strong, because the movement, the gameplay, the ways the defending side moved or something like that was a little bit changed up. Afla is moving all the way a little bit back towards the stairs, and now have an angle on the stairs, and even Eden gets so much damage when he's trying to cover the flank. But it's Ato getting the opening, dropping out Druid, getting the Mira, and that's probably a big kill. And you see it right now. They no, never mind. My bad. They changed nothing up the big time. I just missed the sides they're playing on.
Good, they're playing top floor. Okay. They've played once so far in this tournament, and they did win it. And now, being in a man disadvantage, where the first time they played on this side, they had the man advantage. They got the opening pick, but now they're on a disadvantage. We can see, but Aiden, he's very low HP, so they could close it up very quickly. They still have a C4 from Aquari if needed, and they have a lot of utilities to still use, a lot of impacts who could potentially make still kills. We saw that coming in, being brought and used quite a lot. They still have the mirror window, so a lot to deal with. Alpha finding Aiden out again, back to a 4v4 scenario. And now it's just time, and they're gonna have to get these picks down. As we can see, first few mirror windows being denied, playing with the shotgun close range again, as he should. But now, Aquaria, they should know that somebody's playing close on that door. Maybe they need to rotate around. Maybe apply pressure from the other side. But when you Sushi with a tight angle to find that kill, now bringing the man advantage back onto his side. It's just, right now, looking better to the side of Aquaria, especially with the next kill coming in. Again, killing the mute close range, but there's another one. Phantom can find the first. There's still a Goyo charge, but it's going to be refragged immediately in a 1v3 scenario. Now he can find the first. Can he find the next few shots coming in? The fuse are being planted as well. He just has to hit the next few. He finds the first one as well. It's 1v1, but the fuser is being planted now. A little bit of a hit. Both players are low HP. 1 bullet for each, and they're out of the round, but the fuser is down. Now the attacker become the defending, and the defenders become now the attackers. you're gonna have to be careful. But see, Sushi, he is rotating a little bit around, but he's gonna have to be careful because he's about to stick this. He could have stuck it, but it's gonna be Sushi because he came up to the defuse, winning this round, and now we have Eclezya back up on the round advantage, moving up to a match point yet again for them.
But again, it was so close. Another 1v1 situation. And you mentioned it. He could have stuck onto the defuse. I probably think he got it through because Shizui wasn't even moving. He just faked his steps and just keep standing right there. I think it would have been a close one, but I think that Ventus could have won the round for his team there if he stick to the defuse. But for now, you said 7-6. It's the match point for Eclezya, who are starting in the... who are going into the defense on the top floor. The spot they won very well before. You asked me the last time, Diana. No, I'm questioning the same thing to you. What do you think? Can WeSports come back, or will Eclezya bringing the first map home?
See, I know what you're doing here, and I like it, because by now you know them all always asking this question, and you know it makes me proud to see you as well now becoming the person like me. I'm joking. Considering the sites we have the top floor, we have the 2 middle floors, and we have a basement spot. We saw the winning rates from WeSports on all of these sides, so because this is an attacking round, because they're playing top floor, I'm gonna have to rather lean to Eclezya here. But if WeSports, if they can find this 1 opening, 2 opening picks, then obviously the round is gonna go to their side. But because it's top floor, because the side is so defender heavy, I do believe this is gonna go to the side of Eclezya here. Because they tried to Kai trick, didn't really work out. They did fall back perfectly in time to not fall to their trap. And now is the question, can WeSports adapt to that? Can they make the player moves? Can they figure out where each enemy is playing? They have 2 C4s from the side of Eclezya, but they also have 6 flashbangs from the side of WeSports. We have smokes, we have a lot of things to deal with. There's a shield they have to deal with, and there's no utility. They might have the Ace charges, yes, they have the Thatcher charges, but there's no Ash, there's no nade, no nothing. Yes, Ayana once had nades, but the first opening pick now is going to go to the side of Eclezya, and now maybe we can see, maybe WeSports, they need these next 2 kills if they want to come back. If the next kill fall to the hand of Eclezya this round is, in my opinion, going to go to the side of Eclezya, because the defending side spots higher win rate on the defender side. They have the opening pick on the Thatcher, which is fine. He already used his utility. There's no need for him anymore. But there's no util, no nades, no nothing. How do they want to deal with this? It all comes down to the kills, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, but it was Afla can return at least 1 kill, but it's in with the C4 and should clean out again. We have a free situation. Phantom sneaking on to the breach, but can't find the connect there, even with the double kill right now, and leaves Shoot alone in the 1v3 clutch situation. Just breached the CC breach from the aqua stairs, getting his impact, getting at least 1 Eto out. But yeah, look what Eclezya is doing right now. They are letting drop a little bit. They got the diffuser, can play and hold on the diffuser and just wait for Drew to show up. But yeah, I mean, it's not one till then. I mean, they're playing close up towards each other. It's many missing intel there for WeSports. He doesn't even know where his enemies are waiting. No. No. Oh boy.
Very close.
Yeah, but with that, Eclezya catching the first map, winning on Night Heaven Labs on WeSports map pick. Let's set that clear. Yeah, and leading up with 1-0 in maps. The question is, what can I do on the next? Map? Which is coming up? Can WeSports recover from that loss? I probably think so, because Night Heaven Labs is a map who hasn't played that often on console. it's the ESA Cup or any other console league. Night Heaven Labs is a map who took very, very much time to get in the mix, to get accepted by the teams, if I can say it like that. But yeah, it was a map I didn't see very often. We saw it once. WeSports lost it. Maybe it was a confidence pick because they said maybe Eclezya didn't know it by themselves. But yeah, with that, Eclezya has one map up. And I think we are going into a short break before we come back to you with some predictions for the next map. Stay tuned, catch something to drink, to eat. We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys, to map number 2. We are going to border, and as you saw before, we have Eclezya with one map advantage for now. So it's do or die for WeSports. If they lose this map, they will drop out of the ESA Cup season. And just remember, border is the map pick of Eclezya Esport. And let's be honest, it's another map pick we didn't saw that often before. But let's have a look at the map buns. Dianic has joined me as well. We're starting with Ying, the first ban, base ban. In my opinion, an operator you don't want to face all along if you haven't won or something like that. Paired with a Montaigne, another pick. I think we all can agree if you had a good player on Montaigne, you can catch around with just one player. But yeah, that's the two attackers we get right now.
Exactly.
Yep.
And now we have the first defender ban as well. It is going to be Azami. And honestly, so far, pretty decent bans, I'd say. We have the Ying, the Monty ban, meaning we're probably not going to see an Archives rush. We're not going to see a Ventilation rush. A few rushes that can happen in this map are with this denied. On the other hand, we have Azami and Solace now both being banned, meaning verticality usage is going to be very difficult. No Solace, there's a lot of wooden floor, wooden walls, so no more of that. And we don't have our little Architecta anymore in the game. So no more fixed verticalities, no more making spots head heights one ways with the Azami. So we're going to have to rely on the good old ways of Rainbow Six Siege. Meaning, I'm hoping to see a little bit of a Mira gameplay as Mira's up. It is very, how should I say, very good to play Mira. She's a lot of usage. You can play in different ways. You can force the enemy to play a certain way. And exactly as we're going to see, we're going to have Mira in the first round. As you already said, this map is picked by Eclezya. So now with esports being one map down, they're going to have to win this if they want to make it to the third map, which they have also chosen. There was a 50-50. They either could have chosen, believe it was Consulate or Skyscraper. They decided to go for Skyscraper, so that is obviously their pick. And looking back to the first game we had, WeSports, it did look strong in a few rounds, but at the end it just wasn't enough. It was Eclezya coming in with the kills. They were a lot of stronger when it came to the mechanical kills. Yes, WeSports, they had a good few rounds, a good few team rounds, and they rely way more on team play and utility usage than Eclezya. But at the end there, as I said, it comes down to the gunfights, it comes down to the 1v1s there. In that point, I do see right now Eclezya having the upper hand, and it did show why, especially in those gunfights, they had the upper hand, they had the better mechanical skill there. But now we're on Boulder, which is their map pick, and I'm already a little bit afraid, honestly. It's the first round, again, maybe see how the enemies played, but Phantom is going to be the first one to take out an enemy now. There's going to be Sushi out of the board. That is now the first opening pick to the defending side. If they keep up their man advantage this round, it could already be over.
You think it because we have the opening effect, the round could have been already over? Or did I understand it false?
No, it's because the first opening pick was Buck. And there is verticality usage. And yes, we still have the Ram, But considering that, if they want to play vertical, they need the Buck to do a lot of verticals. As with Ram, you only have 2 lines. With Buck, you have way more. And as we can see, Juliet also been taken out. Another refrag coming in. That's the Ying. And now Aka's being injured as well. In a Frost map, but it's gonna be Burns is finishing that off. And now we have the 2v4, 1v4. It's all done. All of a sudden, the cookie crumbles, and it crumbles to the side of WeSports. They're just picking up every single piece they have, securing themselves the first round. And this is why I meant, if the first opening pick goes to one of the most important ones, for example, Buck, the round could be over.
Yeah, that's completely right. A thing I think it's interesting to say right now, because it was something where WeSports had some struggle on Night Heaven Labs with. They are also playing it extremely big. They're playing. I mean, it's one of the smallest maps we have in the mix. They are playing it on the whole map, and it was something they also tried on Night Heaven Labs, where they had some struggle with, because Eclezya kind of adapted very well, very easily. The thing is, the question is, can they do it again? Because WeSports is sticking to their big gameplay, that they will try to capture the whole map, cover the whole map. That's something we're keeping a little bit still, because, like I said, Eclezya can cover something like that easily up. But let's have a look. We have the Cup gun in the mix. An operator we didn't see that often, because if you have good drone work, you can pretty easily counter him out. But if they won't drone him, he can be a game changer, in my opinion. Like I said, I mean, we didn't see that in Cup gun that often. If you drone him, okay. If you overdrone it, or didn't keep in mind that they have him, he can be a game changer.
He can be. That is totally true. He can also be quite a pain to deal with, but as we can see, it's not only Capcom, but it's the combination. We have a Mozzie and Capcom combination coming in, so if they want to join a status spot, maybe where a few Capcom traps are, maybe the Mozzie pass is gonna prevent that, so they're gonna have to swing in and gonna have to just be careful when it comes to that. But also we have Brava on the attacking team now, so she's gonna have to be super careful with her drones, because if a Mozzie picks it up, well, it's bye-bye little Bravadon. You're gonna be now usage for the defending team. And for the defending team, you don't really care as much about the Javadons. You just want to be a little bit of a pain, and that's exactly where you can move the Moz. You're just gonna have to be careful. He could potentially fall now, as we can see. He's being pressured from a lot of sides, but it's gonna be the first opening pick going to the side of WeSports yet again. And with that, another 2 picks are falling. And Eclezya is just crumbling yet again apart. It's a 2v5 scenario. Within a few seconds, the round has been decided. A few frags coming in. But it's just going to be flawless to the side of WeSports. Not a single one able to retrade anything to the side of Eclezya here. Quick round.
It was slightly unexpected from my side. I mean, we talked about the Capcan, we talked about the Braver, but they didn't even really enter the building. They just got cracked out step by step. I think we had at least 2 traps who got hacked by the Braver drone, but yeah, in the end, it doesn't really matter what happened there, because WeSports played it very clean. Searched the gunfights, won the gunfights, and with that we have a 2-0 lead for now. And yeah, they're changing the objective as well. They're stepping up into the top floor. I think it will probably be the first round they won't play it over the whole map. They're just trying to hold the top floor. Maybe one roamer downstairs trying to find someone who's trying to vertical play with Ash or something like that. But as you can see, they're playing it on the top floor, in the second floor, extremely big, playing it with security, with CCTV, playing the whole site, and it's Bankus setting up some magnets there, trying to encounter ace charges, Thatcher nades, or something like that. Everything that's coming around, he will clear out. Exactly. But again, it's interesting to see Afla playing it with an open door from the archive side, trying to get a peek towards the east side spawn.
It's just gonna be a drone he's gonna get from that. So we can see Sushi's already there, but he's gonna have to be careful not to be the first one to fall here, because obviously if Sushi dies here, they lose one heart breach, and as we can see currently in the top left and on the left side, he's the only heart breach, and there's no secondary heart breach gadget, meaning if he dies, the entire team loses a really, really important person. As we can see, now decided to fall back, which is there in that position is the good choice, is the right choice to make here. Alpha's a little bit greedy. He does decide to barricade that door, which was a very risky play. There could have been somebody punishing him, but there was luckily no one there. As we can see, WeSports are playing again very aggressive, and he's gonna take out Susie, the one and only heart breacher they have, and he's gonna be out of the game now with a huge advantage going to the side of WeSports. Not only have the man advantage, but also the utility. Heart breacher gone, no secondary heart breacher there, but he's being pressured, but he can always fall back. There's no need for him to stay there. They can play it softly, they can play it as a team. Also taking out the first one now as well. Back to a 4v3 as Otto just does a beautiful double kill here. Taking out security and just kills, just falling back to the side of Eclezya. But a few trades coming in. Back to the side of WeSports, but it's still man advantage going back to Eclezya. 3v2 currently. They've lost the heart breaches, they've lost their flank. They're already on side, but it's gonna be Phantom. And also from the back, finding the kill on Phantom, who just was about to get the kill on him as well. 2 quick rounds, and before this round actually started, I was about to say don't get fooled by the first 2 rounds of WeSports, because that's what we've seen on Nighthaven, where the first 2 rounds from one team, from the defending team, usually is outrageously good. Now we're back to realization. Don't get fooled by the first 2 rounds. And this just showed why, because you can't really rely on anything that we've just seen. We've just seen WeSports playing bottom floor twice and then up floor once. And obviously they can go below now once again, and that's what they're going to be doing here. Bringing back the mirror, same setup as before, same lineup. And now the real shit starts. Is Eclezya gonna do the same thing? Are they gonna adapt? Are they gonna change a few things around? Or is WeSports just gonna be able to do the same thing again to have the upper hand here? And this time, I'm a bit sad because there's no Capcan, Strucky.
I mean, we had the Capcan only in one round. Let's be fair with that one. But I think Capcan isn't the operator they probably should use all the time. I mean, he didn't work well the one round. Okay, it was a flawless round. They can't even have the chance, but he was round out. I don't think he was the operator that's usable for WeSports in that moment. But maybe we see in the next round. Who knows? Who knows? And the question is, you mentioned is, will Eclezya do the same thing? I don't think so. I think they will adapt something. They will change up their gameplay a little bit, changing the entry spots. They're deciding for themselves, because what they done in the first rounds wasn't good. They got cleared out way too easy from WeSports. They need to find a way to separate the players who are in the top floor a little bit better, a little bit easier than they did before, because what WeSports is doing there is playing head on head, and now it's AK getting the first one, A2 getting the second one, but it's Gravity who can stop the thing a little bit, and you saw no
way.
Oh my god, he just pinged it. I think he has a Valkyrie cannon on top, but there wasn't anyone in there again. Okay.
There we have it. A little bit beautiful C4 kill coming in. Currently now on a double kill, back to a 2v2 scenario. Beautifully brought back from a 4v2 down to a 2v2. And as we can see, these 2 players from WeSports, they're both very far apart. If Dread doesn't manage to get killed with a frag, as we can see, first 2 shots coming in. They do have info on the guy on lobby here. They know somebody is there. Curry now is unable to pass here. And this is the time for Dread to shine. He needs to help his teammate in this position. He's not allowed to let his teammate be in a 1v1 scenario. He should be there, if possible, for reflect, but he's gonna decide to hide, and that's the question. Is that the good decision to make? He's holding the angle into bathroom, but does he know that Susie is already in there. He's already hiding there a little bit. He's gonna have to cross now, but he's in a tricky position because he has to fight against Lobby and gonna have to fight against Bathroom. He finds the first, but beautiful flick coming in. It's a 1v2 scenario to the side of Eclezya now. Question is, can he do it? He's in Lobby. He knows somebody is in construction. He's already fought against this Valkyrie, but by the time he already managed to walk into Workshop, and Juliet is already playing in a different position. So 2 beautiful cross singles, as we can see, currently being held by WeSports, is exactly what you want to do. But of course, one of them is a little bit more dangerous, and it's going to be Curry finding the last kill in this round. We back up for WeSports having the upper hand here. Even though Eclezya, they adapted really well, at the end there, we had both of these 2 players, and all of these 4 players actually, being the 1v1 scenario. And this is why I meant for the defending side, as soon as one player dies without the refrag, you put your teammate in a 1v2 scenario. In competitive, obviously you can expect for them to have a crossfire, to maybe refrag of each other. If you go in for kill, at least make sure you have a trade. But because that window on Talas was barricaded, he didn't have clear vision on his team, on the enemy. The teammate then swinging in, and he's being unable to get the refrag of that, putting himself in a 1v2 scenario, which then was a little bit unwinnable because they held a beautiful crossfire. He knew one was in Workshop. He had to pick him because somebody could have been close to him. It just all crumbles at that point. Just teamwork up, play together. Big reason why they've lost that round is not peeking together or just peeking and taking these 1v1s when it should have been actual team plays.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, a point we have to give to them, they adapted their gameplay. They figured out what went wrong in the first round they played. They tried to play it a little bit more aggressive, straight up to the side, getting the first 2 kills, clean kills in my opinion. But after that, the operator lineup on the side of WeSports, who was played on the bottom floor, wasn't known that well in my opinion. But oh no, we're going into the 5th round. We are seeing ventilation and Workshop again. Another spot. The WeSports played extremely good with the flawless round we saw before. But no, you have Eclezya trying another setup. Reached from the main entrance towards customs. Reached, I think, from the prison side towards the building. They're trying something different, but they need to find the picks, and that's the thing where they are struggling with again after popping out Eto, who was about to enter the first format which we saw before. But for now we have a 5v4 situation. Dash out of the mix for now, but Shizui, you can find the Mozzie who's played in customs, so setting the first entry. But yeah, they need to step forward. They have captured customs. So far, so good. But now they need to play as a team. You mentioned it before. They need to speak with one another, finding reflex or probably getting the first picks right now. This is a little bit hard, as you see Shizui right now. If he can't find one, there's no one who can probably bring a reflect. With Bankus getting AK, dropping out the Nomad right now. And
here's the point: if you want to attack like they do, you're gonna have to have the picks, and this is exactly what's happening now from the side of Eclezya. 2 people picking in from the side of WeSports, swinging in, and now Eclezya there to pick up the people one by one. Now we have WeSports again in man disadvantage even more because Sishu is getting finally the kill he has been craving for from the side of construction. First reefer coming in, but it's not gonna be enough. Sisu is there.
Ah, yeah, he knew he's coming there, just throwing the flashbang before he even jumped down there. And with that, we have a 2v3 score right now with Eclezya. It worked. They didn't took the top floor. They just played it from the custom and prison side all the way. It worked perfectly. They took the pieces of WeSports because that's the thing. WeSports is playing it over the whole map, and they're probably not coming or trying to find the frags as a team. They are stepping down the stairs, man by man, peeking man by man, and that's what Eclezya is waiting for and hoping for. And yeah, that is something that probably can't happen if you're on the team of WeSports, because there are some problems. They should knew from Night Heaven Labs that Eclezya is extremely strong with finding these picks. Playing big, always good, great strats in my opinion, but the peaks, the face-offs we have in this whole series cell now are single peaks in my opinion. On the side of WeSports at least.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. A lot of 1v1s, a lot of solo peaks, as you already mentioned, from the side of WeSports. And it does look like Eclezya, they have the full behind it, they see right through it, that WeSports are doing exactly these one-on-one picks, that they're going for these picks, and you should really not do. As soon as your enemy starts countering you in these points, you need to step back, you need to play together as a team, and WeSports do find it really hard right now to do so. And what I was about to say last round, if WeSports play this safe, if they don't peek into Eclezya there, that round definitely got a damn beautiful wallbang there. Holy, from Quali going into auto first opening pick to the side of WeSports. I did not expect that wallbang to go in that smoothly. You gotta give it to them. WeSports, they find the good picks, but it's again a solo peak. He's alone there in custom, nobody there to refrag him if he dies, and there's usually finding the refrag out of him, but the immediate trade coming in as well. We have still the upper hand on the side of WeSports, and here again, Eclezya, they're not doing anything else. They're doing the same thing as before, and now after they've lost a few men downstairs, decide to go above. They should have done before, but there's nobody paying attention. Sushi, another kill on his scoreboard. Slowly but steady, as we can see Eclezya bringing back the man content to their side. And now, I do believe esports might get a little bit cocky. They might want to swinging. They might take these 1v1s, and at this time, they should not be doing that. They should play with the team together. They should create cross-angle trade offers. And I'm afraid they might slip into that old habit again of peeking alone.
And are trying to get the same attack they did the round before with the two permanent breaches. As you saw right now, and no way, Phantom didn't paying attention to the top floor, and we have to trade for the final kill with Dio and Afla, clearing out the 6th round for a 3-3 score, 3-3 draw with the world swap right now coming up. So Eclezya is going into the defense. I think WeSports left off a little bit after they started very, very well, because yeah, they getting, in my opinion, they are getting too confident, played it a little bit too cocky, and now yeah, Twitchy world swap coming up. Eclezya will set up the first round on the top floor. The spot we saw on the side of WeSports after they won the first two, but the least picked spot of the guys. So let's have a look what Eclezya is trying here, and the first thing we see is we have a Fenrir on the board. An operator we didn't see that often the last matches. I think he's strong, at least on a map like Border, who is extremely small, will make it very, very hard for WeSports to enter some spots like the balcony, like the breach doors, CCTV or something like that. All along spots where you can play vertically, you can create angles from rotations or something like that. It's very, very hard. If you are blind, you're probably getting completely denied from the moment you're stepping in. But let's have a look what's happening here. WeSports droning out from the east side onwards over the balcony towards the CCTV and break side. Just want to make sure that there's no one around lurking for some kills. But the first, I mean, everything can happen, you know? That's
exactly. Well, you're very, very true in that. But as you already said, now playing the Fenrir is making things a little bit difficult. We can see the observer finding a little bit hard to switch. There we have our beautiful picture again, none and less. Fenrir was the reason why he was banned last round. And talking about it, the first person to fall is gonna be Fenrir. Even though we've talked so much, we've praised him so much, how hard it's gonna be for him. It's gonna be Deku finding a triple kill there on the side of East Stairs. What just happened? I mean, with the refrag coming in at the end, but how did this happen, WeSports? One person is walking in, killing 3 people, 3 very essential people. You have the Ram, you have the IQ, and you have the Ash falling down to his hands. Yes, the ace is still on board. You have still the Osa if you really need to breach stuff. You have the secondary impact, but 3 people is way too much to fall to one person there. And it was just the Frost. Jet can find another one to Seashun. We're down to a 3v3. And as we can see right now, the first few peaks coming in, now giving away the positioning of himself. But he's going to have to be careful because as we can see, they're both again taking one-on-one picks. Phantom is alone in office, has to play with the Smira alone. No C4 is already being used. Aiden is on the other side, but slowly but steady wants to go to his teammate, hold this back. They have to play this together yet again. We are in a scenario where the 2 teams need to play together, and beautifully played there from the side of WeSports, going to flank. C4 coming out is not gonna kill the person, but does he know that somebody is in server is gonna have to play against him? Next few shots coming in. Oh, the whiffs. But it's Aiden with the super short, with the short gun coming in, getting the kill. A beautiful SMG 11 spray there at the end. Back to Eclezya to win in their hands. And Stricky, we're gonna have to talk about this. On the first map, we had a 3v3 split. Then the next few rounds went to the side of Eclezya, but the only difference on this map is that Eclezya started on attack and is now on defense. Eclezya is really good when it comes to getting these one-on-one picks. We're gonna have to give it to the boys. Yes, to the side of WeSports, they can also be very strong, but we've seen on the defense side when taking constant one-on-ones, they are in a disadvantage. We've seen them lose basically 2 rounds because of peeking aggressively into the enemy where there was no need to. And now Eclezya's on the defense side, where they have to peek, they have to do stuff, they have to react, they have to be annoying to the enemy team, and that's what they can do best. They can take out WeSports beautifully, and now, seeing that 3 people died to Dayu there, all 3 were on E-stairs. It does bring a little bit of a concern here because Eclezya already has the first map into their hands. The second map may start a little bit of a struggle there. But right now, Eclezya does look a little bit better from my eyes than WeSports here. Because they do look like they're adapting better than WeSports. They stop doing a lot of their mistakes. And they start to abuse or how should to look into the weakness of WeSports, and that brings them the kills.
Eden, hello. But yeah, you mentioned the first round with 3 people falling down on the East stairs. I probably think it was some miscalling, misunderstanding on the side of WeSports, because I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think it just was a flank from the rotation they made towards the office, and no one just... 2 of them were in the rounds, one probably held an angle or something, and didn't even realize that there's someone sneaking up. But yeah, for this round we start again. Quivry and Bankyus out of the round, with A2 the only one on the side of Eclezya getting dropped, and you saw the cocky gameplay, can we call it a spawn peek? I'm not really sure about that.
It's considered. I believe it's considered a spawn peek.
I mean, he could have getting 2 people there, down 1 then, but yeah. Eclezya is doing a little bit of the same move we saw from WeSports, playing a little bit aggressive, a little bit cocky, having fun, and that's yeah. And the goal of Peekaboo is always there.
Beautifully into that C4 that pulls. A little side note, if you guys haven't noticed, on the side of Eclezya, they have brought 5 C4s. Mozzie brought them up with a C4. Sushi, they in A Cup, all of these players had a C4, and no wonder already 2 of the enemy, 2 of WeSports have fallen to a C4. Also having the pulse definitely gives them a head up, but Phantom now finding another one on the side of their hands. It's back to 2v2. The last 2 rounds have always been 2v2s, which makes me a little bit of excitement, you know? But each time, nearly each time the 2v2 fell in the hands of Eclezya, yes, WeSports got one of the 2v2s, but they did look strong in those 2v2s, especially now because they have a pulse, they have a C4 in their hands, and then the defending team have also the health advantage. So we can see now a little bit of work is done here with the Hibana. So you can see WeSports are now finally playing a little bit together. They need to be careful not to peek in as much as solos, because Eclezya, both of these players are holding angles. They need to make sure not to fall to the enemy. Another C4 being used now, and Pulse made his way all the way up here. Aka finding now just here of the game, and now it's all up to Phantom in a 1v2 scenario. He can find the first, but it's all up to the Pulse, and there's a lot of verticality going on, meaning he could plant, but the Pulse just has to go for the scanner and find him and shoot him from below. The question is, does he have the time? Does he find the next few bullets? No, he doesn't! And with that, I'm gonna give it to you, Struka, because this 1-on-1 might be spicy.
Definitely, and you with the pulse, trying to spot some heartbeat from above, but no dropping, can't find anyone there. That probably clears out some spots where the last enemy can stay, and he's trying to flank over the hallway, but it's Phantom! I don't know if he's getting the sound, but he's finding the last kill there and bringing WeSports back on track. Beautiful round again from both teams. You mentioned it, 5 C4s and whole I mean completely Intel heavy round. Mozzie, Valkyrie, Pulse, you just wanted to find out where they are on the top floor, and you just wanted to separate them with the C4s. It worked well. We had 3 or 4 C4 kills.
3.
Right? 3.
I
mean, most of the time it worked pretty well. At the end, it doesn't pay it off, but yeah, it's something you don't consider. You don't wait as on the side of the attacking side that they wait with 5 C4s for you just to enter the top floor. But for now, we have the 4-4. WeSports is still in the mix. They can recover from the rounds they lost before. But let's remember, they need to win. If they lose, they are out of the ESA Cup, and they need to hold that energy, to hold that power. They need to figure out what Eclezya is trying to do there. Now returning to the top floor. No, wait. We don't return to the top floor. Never mind. We are playing in workshop again. Okay. I mean, it's basically the same lineup, 4 C4s with them. The Pulse is left off. From they have a Jäger in the mix, catching up some nades, EMPs, whatever.
Oh, beautiful angle they created. Oh my. Oh, Alpha, beautiful long angle created through that window. It wasn't reinforced. Also finding another one into Alpha, back to a 4v4. Beautiful trade, but the trade was a little bit, again, unnecessarily. Could have just walked off. No need to play that angle. Sushi finding another one. And it's all, again, in the hands of 3 players. Jet, Query, and Phantom. We've seen these threats always been kind of always the last man standing. We've seen them always be in a 2v2 or 3v3 scenario. They kind of have a lot of reliability to stay alive. We've got the other 2, Alpha and Ranks. Oh, do apologize if I mispronounce any of the names. Always being the first few picks in the rounds, nonetheless. They have now the top floor control. Still a few Valkyrie cameras to clear with, but that's why they brought the IQ. She can see electrical devices, so as Valkyrie cameras, Mii jammers, for example, or even multipass, so then maybe clear them out. And also she can see the C4s. If any C4s are pre-placed, a little bit Carry just having a bit of issues there. We good? We're good again. Anyway, verticality is starting. We can see some verticality going on now. It's going to be Jet being taken out now by the vertical players himself. Even though we said the Eclezya didn't look too good on the verticality gameplay, they do surely look good now with not having the man advantage of 40 on their side. Query just barely misses the enemy. Does go back, finds the kill. Yet they have to get another kill to be even. And Struki entering the last minute, soon 50 seconds. What do you think is going to happen?
Hard one on that, in my opinion, because we have another 2v3 situation. Eclezya with few operators left, all on full HP, struggling again a little bit with vertical gameplay. But the question is, what can they do? It's Phantom now getting dropped out by AK. And yeah, I mean, it's possible for Bravery, but they are playing it so big, had so many angles. And I think, yeah, the ping was there. They knew where he was coming through with that. Eclezya catching another round. And catching the lead again. What means, again, for WeSports, they need to figure out something new, because Eclezya is playing, in my opinion, they're playing a little bit better. They're having a little bit more passion in their gameplay than on the side of WeSports. Okay, passion is a hard word, but
do be. It's not a hard word, it's rather confusing. Maybe you can explain in other terms what you mean by passion. Is it the team play? Is it?
Yeah, no.
What I've seen,
it isn't. I mean, the team play, yeah, a little bit, but that depends on the spot they're taking a little bit, because most of the time the team play on the side of WeSports was extremely good, in my opinion. They played it so well. The defense was so well played as a team. They just lost the gunfights. What we mentioned before, they are trying to search the gunfights one by one, what decimates them. But Eclezya is playing it a little bit stronger. They're playing much more confident, playing much more as a team, seeing what is happening on top, listening to sounds. The only problem on the Eclezya side I really see right now is that they have struggled with vertical gameplay, and that is something you can't rely on the side of WeSports, in my opinion.
Exactly, that is a pretty big weakness when it comes to the side of Eclezya, but if we compare all of these things to the side of WeSports, we have to mention the one-on-one problems again. A lot of gunfights have been taken on one-on-one, not many reflex coming in. Yes, again, it can work out to a certain point. We're not here on a tier 1 level where every kill is a refrag or around that, but you're just gonna have to be careful. So we can see another kill coming in. Beautiful now after finding the first one. And now they have to keep up the man advantage. Go for the trace, go for the kills. Don't take these one-on-ones. Now, another kill going to the side of WeSports, and now they have the upper hand. Not allowed to let this drop again to a 3v3 scenario. They've already done this twice, a few times, but here again, they're just able to swing in, get a kill, doesn't get punished for it. Curvy on the other side can find another kill on the other side. Browns with another kill. You know, it's all up to 10 now. That's the reflex I've been talking about. Get the reflex in. Make sure if you get a kill that the teammate is there to support you, and this is what I mean. Beautiful walking in, exposing the enemy by just walking across, baiting him a little bit out, and then going for the kill. That was beautifully played from the side of WeSports. They have a few these rounds where they play together as a team, where they bait for each other, where they go for the reflex. But in a lot of rounds we've seen from WeSports, they simply miss that. If they would have a more consistency when it came to that, swinging for each other, peeking for each other, just trading, the scores might look totally different. We've already seen one overtime, and we're back to a 5v5 score. We've seen this already in Nighthaven, both teams being on 5v5. The first team who's now going to get match point doesn't necessarily mean match is over. We've already seen WeSports being in a disadvantage where Eclezya had the match point, where they brought back. So it's not a mental thing. Both of these two teams have a pretty big mentalities we can see. As WeSports, they didn't give up, they're not giving up. It's just the consistency from both teams regarding a few steps, a few things that makes them either win, as I like to say, either they make it or they break it. And that consistency is key, I believe, for Eclezya right now. If WeSports is not trading each other, they win most of the rounds. If WeSports is trading each other, is baiting for each other, they're winning pretty damn good. 2 flawless rounds we've already seen from the side of WeSports. But those few rounds were because they were so good at playing for each other. And the other rounds, they never really played for each other.
Yeah, you probably said exactly that what I wanted to say with the passion call I done the first round. Thanks for that, by the way. But yeah, that's the thing. If they play together, if they have their backs, if they really play as a team, it works so damn good. It's so smart gameplay, so good gameplay. And if we have that rounds more often, I probably think that WeSports is the better team. But no, you saw Diju getting the opening frag, getting out at Bentus, who was entering the prison side, entering prison alone. probably had a cam in front of him, but it was no one there to punish him. But now we have Afla getting at least 8-0. Trade fun. Another thing there is, he entered alone towards the prison side. It was the stage where they are all played all along, so it was probably clear that someone is waiting there. AK with the C4 getting the flank watch. Phantom also out with that, but WeSports has the top floor, can play vertical. Another C4 is coming out.
Focus do be popping, if I'm allowed to say.
Yeah, I really can't remember when it was the last time I saw some team playing with that much of C4s, that heavy C4 gameplay. But it's pretty nice to see with Diju still lurking.
But talking about C4s, even though they had the C4s and had the upper hand in their hand from the side of Eclezya, we see esports coming yet again back from a 4v2 scenario to a 2v2 scenario, which is really good to the side of esports. They want to keep up the management. They want to play now as a team. We've seen a lot of 2v2s being won by simply refragging, by simply giving your team the ability to be in a 1v1 or to be in a 1v2 scenarios. We have not seen a single 1v2 clutch. It's because it's very unlikely that you win with that. And now we have the swing coming in from Aka. He finds the first one. It's all up to Alpha here to clutch this round. Deju and Aka both no C4s. We have the Valkyrie cameras maybe giving some information. He finds the first. Now in a 1v1 scenario with Deju being very low HP and Alpha being nearly up to full HP. The fuser is now planted. It's going to be Alpha. Talking about we haven't seen a single 1v2 clutch. Maybe I've awakened the gods with that sentence. And we've been given a 1v2 clutch coming in with Alpha. Beautifully played there from his side. Wow.
Yeah, but the thing in this situation is we have probably the same thing. If you remember when we had WeSports in the defense, we also saw a 2v2 situation. It was a little bit of a deja vu for me right now. Because just remember, we had no backup from the players play by play. One played in the servers. I just forget the name again. My God, today is not mine, but it was separated. One played in Tellus, one played in Czech, and the attackers can make their move inside towards the spot. One played in the open area stage on the east stairs, trying to enter, but got the aim from the Czech side. But WeSport played a little bit better. It was the clutch situation, what Afla could made very well. And with that, yeah, WeSports coming back. Coming back extremely strong. Again, played it good. I mean, it was a clutch. Clutch is luck addicted. Okay, and with that, we got the information from our production that we will replay the round because of a skin. So that means everything you saw in the last round. Happy for you, you saw it, but it means nothing for WeSports in.
I mean, the picture's out there, so Alpha, this is your chance to clip this and put this somewhere. Even though many people will remember that this round is going to be replayed due to the A skin not being allowed. Gonna have to replay that one, meaning we're back to a 5v5 score as soon as we go back into the game, which is. Sorry, my cat is trying to get things off my desk the entire time when I'm fighting with it. Merlin! Hold on. Have you guys ever seen Merlin? Merlin is my cat.
Yeah, but I would say while we're waiting to going back to the match, I think we will go into a short break while setting everything up with every player rejoining the lobby while Observer Ogon is setting everything up. Stay tuned. Be right back in like 2 minutes, hopefully. Hopefully everything works. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back, guys. The WeHost is done and we got a round replay as we mentioned before. Same site, same operators. on both of the teams. As I mentioned before, it was a skin protest. And I need to set it straight right now. It was a skin protest. They probably could have done all the rounds before, but they did not. They did it just now because the player who played the Ace played them all day long. If it was on Border, if it was on Night Heaven, but for now they checked it and they get the round replay. So we have the 5-5 score. Spot again. Is Akas and Tellus. So let's have a look what side of Eclezya can do better now. Just remember the last round we saw was a 2v1 or 1v2 clutch from Afla, who is getting downed right now and getting finished by Ato. So no Afla clutch in this round. And that's a
Fortunately. Oh, my apologies. I thought you were gonna say something after that. I was just trying to...
I just want to let...
I was trying to do some small talk here. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna pick it up here, don't worry. So so we're back in the game, as you guys can see, 5-5. As already said, due to a skin protest, the round needs to be replayed. We're back on the Archives and Tellus side on the bottom floor. Second pick's now on the round going to Phantom. And then we're back to man even score. 4-4 currently, with Aiden now being injured but yet not taken out of the round. So you can see WeSports are kind of all over the place, trying to take a lot of space here but also trying to get some sneaky plays. Missing the first few boards on the other one, but immediate trade from Aiden coming in. He's been picked up and now he's done his revenge for that. Meaning now we have top floor control from the side of WeSports. And we've talked about this, what WeSports could be doing better, where the weaknesses are, and Phantom finding a cheeky little long angle there from the side of open area, all the way back to Workshop, making it down to a 3v3 man even score. With 1 minute and soon 10 seconds left on the clock, obviously the round is ticking for the attackers, as they're also playing against the time. As we can see currently is Sishu. He's on side in Tellus, trying to be a little bit sneaky here. Needs to be careful though. He is the only one holding down the side, as we can see his other teammates are kind of all over the place. One in Workshop, but now he's been taken out of the game. Sishu can find a little trade there to open area, back down to a 2v2 score. And I'm gonna give it to you, Streaky, because I know you like spicy things, and this might be one.
Where did that come from? Just tell me, please. But yeah, I love. I mean, you're completely right. We have another 1v2 clutch situation right now. We're clutching it. Let's go. Afla done it one round earlier for nothing and nothing again. But wherever we can come up with the same, probably the same thing. 1v2 situation, clutching it up. And getting WeSports in the map and match point here on Border. So, the one thing we can say right now is that the little protest we had from Eclezya brought nothing in favor of them. WeSports has the chance to close out Border with the next round. Hey, Yannick, let's go. What do you think? You said you were missing clutches. You got 2 in a row.
Exactly. I kind of jinxed it, I gotta be honest here. As we all know, there's a certain rumor going on, Cast the Curse. It's pretty well known. If you curse something, it's gonna happen, and I said we haven't seen a single clutch yet, and we've now seen 2 1v2 clutches in a row. And it makes me a little bit proud, you know, because maybe there's somebody who just heard my prayers, and that somebody was WeSports. First one being Alpha, coming in with a 1v2 clutch, which didn't really count due to the skin protest. And then the second one was Curry coming in with a 1v2 clutch. And remember this one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Play the game as it should be, don't break the rules, because this could have been already mapped to over. This could have been a 7-2 due to the skin protest. It's down to a 5-6. So play correctly, play according to the rules. Don't try to abuse anything, don't try to get away with sneaky little skin. Check your skins beforehand, and then things like this can't happen. Nonetheless, we're into the next round. We're currently into Armory. Sushi taking a little bit of a damage here. The question is where from. He's low HP, he has the mute, he has the C4. It's gonna have to be a little bit careful here. He doesn't want to fall to the enemies too quickly. He's playing a very powerful position out to take a lot of damage, and now being taken out by Query here as well. Man advantage again to the side of WeSports, and this is looking really, really good. They could close it up 7-2, and then we would see a third map, which is Skyscraper, and I would love to see a Skyscraper, I have to be honest here. Banksy finding another one down to a 3-5, but we've also seen a lot of these clutches going to the side still to Eclezya. We've seen WeSports missing a lot of the shots, but talking about it, Alpha finding Deja out of the game, 2-5.
Yeah, and now it's close from Bankyu's getting Shizui out of this one, and it's even in a 1v5 situation getting the first one. I mean, it is possible, but it is extremely hard, and it's Crevery again closing up the round, and it's WeSports catching up. Eclezya, what means we are going to Skyscraper. We are seeing the completely played best of 3 series to decide who will be the last one joining the final teams and trying to win this whole tournament. With that, yeah, I mean, we had 2 rounds after the rehost we had. It was one replayed round. WeSports stepped up. I mean, it's something to say. You got a rehost. It's for some people, it's like we are in a flow. We played extremely well. I think it was exactly what WeSports needed in that situation. Making things a little bit spicy. They probably were a little bit angry because of a skin. You probably know it when you play something like that, getting a protest through or against your team. But they stepped up. They played well and they won the map. It is border for WeSports, and we are straight up setting our sights towards Skyscraper.
Bigger map. Gonna have to say it is a bigger map. It's like Nighthaven, so we're gonna have to see a lot more plays coming into that again. And considering the first map did win to Jesus, something's wrong with my voice. Talking about it, there we go. What I initially wanted to say here is the first map went to the side of Eclezya. Obviously, well played to their side. Second map now going down to WeSports, a little bit smaller map, but Skyscraper is definitely again a bigger map, maybe favoring a little bit of Eclezya's there. I think we're gonna have to see this map. A bit unexpected to see WeSports coming in so strong, especially after a little break. Maybe that was the rehost wasn't, and maybe it was a little break for the two teams. Maybe they had enough time to talk through. It did fall in the favor of WeSports, and we're gonna see a third map. And I would say we see the third map after a short little break. We'll be back soon, ladies and gentlemen. Don't run away, because the last map is definitely gonna be a banger. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I think my beautiful co-caster Shuki just had a stroke. I hope not so, but we're here with the third map, and as you guys can see, he is mumbling in the background. And Shuki, are you okay?
I think I'm getting bothered here a little bit because I said just start. I mean, it's like ladies first, yeah. I think you should start. The chat loves you, so the spotlight for the map for the operator man is completely yours.
I look at you being almighty and all sweet. It's very, very, very sweet of you. See, ladies and gentlemen, there is still some good men out there. So, nonetheless, let's go back and focusing to the game, talking about people and men. We have the first the operator bands coming in. We have Dokubai and Montagne being the first attackers out. Now we have the first defending one, which is Sazami. If we look to the attacking side, we have Dokabi and Monty. Two very, rather standard bans for this map, considering with Monty you can do quite a lot of pushes. You can do VIP push, you can do exhibition push, you can do black push, you can do geisha push. There we have it. I was my brain was loading there for a second. A lot of things you can push with Monty there, especially with the Dokei, because you want to do a lot of roam clear on that map. taking that away definitely puts the attackers in a tough spot. But when we look at the defending side, nothing has really much changed. We've seen Azami solos being banned quite often now, especially Solo's been banned all 3 maps. And good ban, but I do believe on Skyscraper there were a few better bans when it comes to that, because as we can see right now, not every floor is wooden floor. You can't really play vertical on every single spot, taking away Sola's ability a little bit. She is useful in a few spots, but yet again, you can plant on a few things. That's always stuff you can plant on, especially on this map. So there could have been a better ban. They could have banned maybe Jaeger, maybe Womai, maybe a Fenrir, or perhaps even somebody else. Again, I do see more use of somebody else being banned, but maybe there's something these two teams know about each other that banning solos just put them in a better place. We haven't seen solos being played yet from these two teams, unfortunately, and we're not going to see that, and that makes me a little bit sad.
I probably don't think that it's because of they know each other that well. Let's say something like the console comp side is not that. Yeah, they just like to banning the same things, comfort bans. Most of the bans don't have anything to do with teams know each other. Most of the bans are probably like, yeah, I don't like to play against him. He's annoying. Let's ban him out. And that are the bans that they are done here before, because I don't think that any one of the both sides is that well with a Montagne or something like that. But I mean, people can change my mind. Maybe I'm false with what I said. But we have the first 2 kills here on Skyscraper. Shizui and Husky are out. We have no changes in the lineup, if I'm right with that. Both teams playing with the same 5 as they played the maps before. So we'll have a close matchup, I think, with even now entering what's displayed towards office, throwing one nade, which is getting catched by the magnet, and no, the rest of the team is catching up, trying to find the next kills with Artu getting some strong hits. We have 1 player left on the east side of the map, but also is now returning to the side. So we have a 4-4 situation. Eclezya making the move, and WeSports holding their side, holding their angles, waiting for someone to face them.
Make a mistake or maybe swing in, because they know.
Yeah, that's right. They know. They knew where Eclezya is coming from, and you heard it before. It was Quirby with the Fenrir. The F-nets are going down, making the sounds. Bank you. No! Oh my god.
Nearly the double kill there coming in, just aimed a little bit too low there for that kill. The Wolberg coming in as well. The ping was there ready and steady, but it's all up to Phantom now. He can get the first, but can he get the second twos now as well? He knows somebody's on his left, somebody's on his right. He's just gonna have to pick them now one by one quickly, but steady, doing a little bit of damage, but it wasn't enough for the injure. And that is the first round already over, going to Eclezya here on their side. The first round on Skyscraper. They are not the attacking team, and as already said, I do believe this map might favor Eclezya here a little bit more than WeSports, but yet again, the first 2 rounds, you can't really tell anything from that. I think the best we've seen that is on Border. We've seen the first 2 rounds being heavily decided by WeSports, and then the other rounds was just a back-to-back 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, and eventually then WeSports took off a little bit. On the first map, we've seen also the first 2 rounds being heavily decided by Eclezya, and then again a 3-3, 4-4, 5-5, eventually 6-6, and then Eclezya took off with 2 wins in a row, deciding an 8-6 win in their hands. So far, all of these maps have been super close. The score might not tell it as much, but especially the last map, we had a lot of 2v2s, a lot of 1v1s, I believe we had 4 to 5 2v2s on Border, which is... It's just a lot. It is just very much.
But we're going with on Skyscraper with a map where is it just from the statistics an extremely defense-heavy map. with Eclezya winning the first round. I mean, it's the first round. The first rounds are just looking what the team is doing here, what they are trying to do in their role. Is it attack or defense? But it's interesting to see that Eclezya can catch up the first round for themselves. And now let's see what they can do. I mean, if they win 2, if they win probably 3 rounds here on Skyscraper on their attack, it's a big advantage, in my opinion, when they go to the wall swap. Because I probably think that the French team, we saw it before on VODA, they can defend very, very well. And for now, we again have a very aggressive WeSports who are getting decimated step by step. BenQs didn't even react to the upcoming Inca there.
Exactly. That is a beautiful representation of Pika's advantage. Still, it is present in Rainbow Six Siege like in other games as well. If you peek in, you do have the advantage, and I think that was the best example there. Why sometimes holding angle does benefit you, but sometimes you're gonna have to be careful and just swing in, because he was playing so offensive. He knew somebody's gonna pick him, but he wasn't able to react in time. Another pick falling to the side of Eclezya here. Now they have the man advantage on their side. They've only lost so far Sishu, who was on the back, which doesn't really matter as much. We have still AK. AK.
Yeah. Again, please.
I'm confused. I do get confused sometimes with the names. I do apologize again if I mispronounce a few of the names. Don't be too harsh on me. Okay.
I probably think that Sushi will allow it. Will allow it that you call him like that. It's fine.
You think so?
Yeah, of course, definitely.
but back to the game. With 2 trades coming in, we're down to 3-2 yet again. I do think we're gonna see a 2v2 again. If WeSports manage to get the next pick, they'll bring them even closer. Phantom is the only one on site. We can see Query here below, just trying to get a few picks. He is not able to find the kill, and now he is bringing it back down to a 2v2. No more drones from the attacking side. Phantom finds another one. It's all up to Aiden now in a 1v2 scenario. He knows where one of them is. He knows the other one is below. He's just gonna have to be careful. C4 coming in, barely killing him. He gets down, but it wasn't enough at the end. So now we are in a 1v1 scenario. Each team has now got 1 round on their side. Almost attacked T-Room, one was defending T-Room, and now we move to the other sides.
And it's the and it's the first of the 3 maps where we had a 1-1 round start or match start. We had 1 time WeSports with the team lead, 1 time Eclezya. Now we have the drawn score after the first 2 rounds. But yeah, it's what I said before. It's like Skyscraper. Skyscraper is a map you can't compare to VODA or Night Heaven Labs because it's so damn defense heavy. In my opinion, there is no map where you have so much struggle as an attacking team to enter the building, enter the sites, because it's so small, so compact to play, so much angles, height differences, and something like that. But yeah, WeSports figured it out how to win the second round, but I have to say here, the play of Eclezya was extremely well played.
I have to agree with you. It was really well played from the side of Eclezya. They played it very smoothly. At the end, it wasn't really enough because it was WeSports in this 3v2 scenario like we've seen on Border. In these situations, you're not allowed to underestimate them. We saw them getting the picks because they were playing some off spots, maybe.
I don't want to go right there, but it was a 3v2 situation for Eclezya.
But it was, they were in the man disadvantage. That's what I'm trying to say. But they they had on Border, maybe, sorry, I maybe said that a little bit weirdly. They had on Border a lot of these scenarios where they were in a disadvantage, but they brought it back to a 2v2 scenario. Like when I said in the moment, I do believe this round still could go to the side of WeSports if they get the next pick, and that's what they did. I said that a little bit weird. I have to agree, but as we can see right now, somebody is on the left corner of Aiden. The question is, does he know that Afla is there? Is he in the corner? Does he know about it? Because I do believe he has just been misdrawn. He could just possibly walk up these stairs and get a free kill here on Aiden. Oh, and he's
Oh,
exactly
sneaking
doing
up.
that.
He's sneaking.
Slowly but
Nah,
steady.
that's...
Is he gonna
No!
get the kill?
Oh!
Oh. Aiden did get off of it, but he didn't have time to react. The first opening pick now going to the side of WeSports. He was playing very sneaky. Sishu and Aika finding the next 2 kills. Again, man advantage to the side of Eclezya. And now, how I like to say, how the tables have turned. Opening pick to the side of WeSports, but if just turned around and now we have man advantage on the side of Eclezya, but then you're not being injured, going back down to a 3v3. He could still be picked up here, as he's just going to be now. And with the last few seconds, we're going to enter the 1 minute mark, Strucky.
Yeah, no, it's the question of time a little bit. I mean, Eclezya had 1 man advantage, but it's nothing that counts, at least not on a side like we see right now on the office spot on top. We have Afla in a extremely unlucky position, but he's not known on the side of Eclezya. But also from this before, he knows that he has struggled right now, but he gets away with it way too often. And now it's Diju who can get at least the faker. Now it's his in a 1v3 situation, getting the first 1v2 full HP against Diju, who is extremely low.
Ooh, next few shots coming in.
Someone.
Iski now in a 1v2 scenario. Both these players are super low HP. Can find
No
the
way.
second! And that is now WeSports getting this round. What a beautiful 1v2 clutch. Like I've cursed it in the first map. Just for the newcomers in who have not been here for the Borders game. In the Borders game, I was complaining, but rather saying we didn't have a lot of 1v2 clutches. We haven't seen many. We had a lot of 2v2 scenarios. We haven't seen any clutches coming in, and I was kind of pointing that out. And as soon as I said that, we had 2 1v2 clutches in a row, and now I've seen another one. And I'm gonna have to point out as well that all of these 1v2 clutches have always been to the side of WeSports, and that is a little bit concerning now, Stricky, because we've seen Eclezya being super good in these 2v2 scenarios. Most of the times they've won these 2v2 scenarios, but how does it come that they've lost 3 1v2 scenarios now in a row?
Hard to say in my opinion, but the question I'm asking right now is what is Eclezya doing? I mean, they had the man advantage. They had the man advantage on the attack on the last 2 rounds, but they can't figure out to find the last 2 kills. Is it a thing of missing intel or something like that? And I mean, there's no way they win the last. My God.
You got this.
So it, yeah. My God, they lost the last round in the 3v1 situation. I mean, they had only 1 player left, and he just stayed all the way on the same position, but they can't figure out how to frag him. And after the plant, the movement of the, I think it was the Ace who was the final kill for the Romain, the last one. I really don't know what his plan was, that to stand up and just move like this over the half wall where he planted. It was a pretty easy round in that situation then. But yeah, let's keep an eye on what Eclezya is doing right now. I stay with my point. We have the 2-1 lead for WeSports, but the gameplay of Eclezya, in my opinion, is the better gameplay we have. Even if they are 1-1 down right now, I think they're playing it way better than WeSports, but they can't close out the round. But with that, we have Eto with Dash already on site, and there comes the drop. Oh no.
Oh, they've just missed each other. Oh my God, Ato. I was just fearing for him, but now he gets the double kill. He's already on site. All his teammates need to do now is to follow up Aiden with another kill. And that is a flawless round. You just mentioned that you believe Eclezya has right now a bit of a better team mechanic gameplay going on, however you want to say it. And with that, you have summoned, let's just say, a beautiful flawless run from their side. Now we're back to a 2v2 scenario, and do keep in mind they are the attacking team. We have seen Eclezya being really good on the defending side, and on the last map we do have seen WeSports being very, very good on the attacking side. And yet again, it comes to that stability, it comes to that consistency. Can you consistently pull off to get the kills? Can you consistently pull off to have the refrag in case somebody dies of your teammate? We've seen WeSports, especially on the last map, the last few rounds on the attacking side, they kept on pulling it off each round. They had the refrags, they had the man advantage. At the end, it was a 1v2 scenario, but they had the better 1v1 picks. They won the gunfight with that. In Eclezya, I did say it a lot of times, they win the 1v1s, but they seemed a little bit weak right now. Maybe because it's getting late for the players. It is right now already late. The players already played 2 maps, and now we're in the 3rd map. Maybe a few players are tired. But at this point, it is the last map. Keep the mental high, keep the consistency high. If they can pull off even more of these, they've pulled off two rushes now. On the first map, Nighthaven worked beautifully, flawless round as well. This round now, also last round, pushed on site, walked on site. They realized, hey, WeSports, they're not playing on site, they're playing big, as you like to say a few times. They're playing rather big, extended, quite heavy. They could use that to their advantage. They could just keep pulling off these rushes because it does work, and WeSports, they haven't figured yet out how to play against it.
Yeah, but I mean, they're trying it again. They're playing it extremely wide, extremely big. But it's again after with the opening frag, big opening frag in that situation. Dropping out Shizui, catching the Twitch can do so much damage with her shock rounds. But yeah, it works. Like I said before, it's Skyscraper. It's statistically a defense-sided map. For that, WeSports is struggling extremely big. I mean, we have 4 rounds. We have seen 4 rounds. We had the last round, who was a flawless round. Even the first one was extremely well played from Eclezya. Even there were 1 man down. It's the same side we've seen right now again. But they done it well, and even the rounds WeSports won, both were clutch situations, something you probably don't want to have on the side of the defender in moments like that. But yeah, I mean, it works for WeSports till now, but how long can they hold on to something like this? With Eclezya now sneaking up to the side, and it's even with a beautiful one tap. 2 bank Qs and now steps in, but getting denied by Hisky, who was waiting for him to step in. And Inquiry is there, but yeah, WeSports need to be aware of what's happening there. Both of them looking at each other. Yeah.
That is the spot where it's also died the round before that, so that is a very common pre-fire spot as we have seen. Next few kills coming in, but it's going to be Heisk. Just a beautiful little triple kill on his side. It's going to be 8-2 in a 1v2 scenario yet again to the side of WeSports. Question is, can he clutch it? Can he keep the streak up for his and his team? But I think WeSports, they do have a say in this, and they said, no, we're not going to let any 1v2s happen if they're not on our side. Meaning, that is another round on their pocket, and it's a 2v3 scenario. Yet, we have seen every single split. We have seen a 3-3 split when it comes to the first one yet. Are we going to see a 2v4 split? This one I'm kind of hoping it to the side of WeSports. They've been playing the last few rounds very, very smoothly. Even though they've lost a round where the enemies rushed in. And another round where they peaked a little bit too much in, not a lot of refrags coming in. Yet again, that was the consistency point I was talking about. This is the last round. They need to make this 2-4 if they want to make this a clean, smooth win on the attacking side. You want to have the upper hand. You can still give 1 round to the enemy team. They're still not on the same match, on the same points as you. But if it's as soon as it's a 3-3 split and the enemy team is on the defending part, a lot of teams tend to struggle. A lot of teams tend to get in this negative mindset. This is why mentality is a great key point where you can see if that's working or not. Both these 2 teams went on a split, 2v3 split. And we always saw the first round going rather favored to the defending side, or rather favoring Eclezya. Talking about it. WeSports with the first opening pick in this round already.
Again with the peak outside of the access window, getting the first one, and I mean, it's a sledge. In my opinion, it's a strong operator who is dropping out here on the side of Eclezya, but yeah, it means it not means the world for Eclezya. It's a good operator who is out of the mix now, clearing out for vertical gameplay, soft breaches and everything. But they have in my opinion, bigger operators left in the lineup, left in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what
definitely.
Yeah, my head is done for today. I'm finished.
Your head is spinning
Yeah,
all the way around.
completely. Yeah.
Exactly.
Time to go to bed for me.
Oh, as
But
we
yeah,
can see, also making a little bit of an angle. Bennett is shooting a few shots, not able to find the kill here on the side of A2 yet. As we can see, also Eclezya, they're slowly but steady making their way in there, trying to create some angles. So they're just gonna have to be careful not to fall again. They're already in a man disadvantage. You don't want to bring this even further onto their sides. We can see WeSports, they're playing a little bit of aggressive here because they're allowed to. They have the man advantage, but they also have to play a little bit careful here. Because Atto is on his way to find the first pick on their side, bringing it back down to a 4v4, but let's not get fooled by that, because as we can see right now, the health advantage goes to the side of WeSports. If you take Atto's health, put it to Aiden, put it to Sishu, it kind of adds up to 3 players. If we look at the side of WeSports, every single person is full life. Oh, both these players, do they know that they're right next to each other? He's just hiding in that little corner, but it doesn't seem like that they have information of each other. But now the info does come through. He's just gonna have to be careful not to fall to his own little hole that he just made. He's running away. It's not enough to get him killed yet through that. They're trying to execute here on Dragon. They're trying to push here from multiple sides, which is really interesting to see, and really good play from the side of Korea. Aiden can find the first, another one coming in, a little refrag, double kill from the side of Hiski. Alpha finding another one. Back to a 2v2 scenario is tricky. And yeah, again, we're repeating borders tricky here.
We definitely do, and now it's Ian in a 2v1 situation catching the first one. Are we up another clutch? But I don't think so, because yeah, Afla is making his move, just runs away, stay safe, don't want to get into this gunfight. But with that, we have the 4-2 wall swap, the 4-2 switch. What is good for WeSports, you mentioned it at the start of the round, they have the advantage, they can easily drop at least one round. But the question right now is, what can they show up in their attack? Do they have the confidence? Do they have the pressure on their side to deny these strong defense lineup we saw from Eclezya also in the last 2 maps? Because what straight up the difference we see from WeSports to Eclezya on the defense is WeSports is playing extended, playing aggressive, playing with so much lines, angles, whatever you want to call it. And Eclezya had played most of the time, not every spot, but most of the time, played very, very compact, very connected, refrag scenarios. It's ready for it. But right now, with the setup we are seeing right now, they're playing it at least a little bit extended, but yeah, you can see it right now. They're not preparing anything on the east side of the map towards exhibition or something like that. They're playing it basic. All the reinforcements are coming down on the main side, if I saw it right, at least. So let's...
Exactly, as you already mentioned, Eclezya are not playing as far extended as WeSports. As we can also see right now, they do play a little bit extended, but not as much. So we can see no reinforcement has been done towards office, VIP, or anything. We can see the first few reinforcement being in Dragon. But here, yet again, this spot can be very easily contested by the Dragon window, which is left of the Wumai and then the Dragon door. As soon as somebody is in VIP, they're gonna have to give up Dragon pretty quickly. Because the only way to kind of defend Dragon is by playing further back behind a shield with a Midas, and that's exactly what they're doing. So playing very close up to that can be very dangerous. Outlaw finding the first one is gonna be out. It's gonna be the Wumai playing in Dragon. He played maybe a little bit too far extended in with no cover there to support him, no shield, no Wumai maybe to give him a help. And as we can see now also, WeSports, they're making their way slowly but steady closer even to drums as well, trying to contest that, trying to apply pressure here. And as soon as they have that, they could try to go for either spot as well. Jeez, you're finding out a little refract that on Phantom, taking out the Gridlock, which is not as much of a threat, but let's remember that Gridlock has 2 nades, which would have been essential to maybe get rid of the shields. They still have the Ash with 2 Ash charges, but there are a lot of Wumai Jäger charges. They're gonna have to get rid of them first, which only exactly the Thatcher with the EMP can do at this point, because they have no utility to waste there.
Yeah, and for now it's interesting to see that it probably works what Eclezya is setting up there. It's interesting to see that they reinforced the whole Dragon side. I mean, WeSports entered it right now because of the pretty early opening track towards the Wumai. But yeah, we only have 40 seconds left. In a 4v4 situation, WeSports is struggling a little bit to finding their way, and that's what I'm talking about. It's extremely hard if you are playing compact to find a way towards the side, and Eclezya is playing it out so well. Hisky now in a 1v4 situation. I mean, it's clutchable again, but it's hard. 15 seconds left on the clock. He need to find his way, need to find skills, but he still has shield to face. And yeah, that will be a round for Eclezya. They're catching up, 3-4 score. Extremely strong defense, and that's what Skyscraper is all about. It's so compact, it's so hard to attack if you play it well on the defense side. But no, it's logic. We need to change sides. Let's see what Eclezya will play on the exhibition and office spot. And we're seeing a Mira again. Mira is basically an operator we saw on every map from Eclezya.
Exactly, but Mira is an operator that does change the game. Maybe leave some vaults open, you play it differently then, maybe with other strats, and that was Mira is so popular because you have that window that gives you the information. They can't see through, but you can, which just makes it so powerful to swing, especially in a TDM meta where teams gonna go for kills, where they might push, and the Mira window is effective to slow down some attacks. Yes, you can always argue around, can be denied with a Twitch drone, can be denied with this, and this, yes. But if you place a Mirror window in a good position, you get rid of this Twitch drones and a lot of few things, and you have somebody who's really competent in playing that Mirror window. A push coming from that direction is gonna be always nearly impossible to work if you have a Mirror window that direction. And that's why we've seen a lot of Mirror gameplay from the side of Eclezya, because it just works. It's an operator that just changes the game, changes the way the game is being played, and WeSports also made a few use of that, but not as much as the Eclezya we've seen in the past few rounds. But also, if we look down the side of WeSports, at a fourth operator, we see this game. And then Amari already being in karaoke, getting the first pick here on auto, obviously putting his team now on a big advantage with taking out the Wumai. Wumai is a key player here to play Dragon or even Drums. Not taking him out is gonna give them a huge advantage because they have less utility to deal with. As we can see, they did bring this time a lot of flashes to deal with utility, but they didn't bring any nades this time. So the only way to get rid of shields, to get rid of utility, is going to be the Ash charges yet again, or maybe the Flourish drones if they're not being shot out.
And that's the thing. With the compact gameplay, you can spot out flow scams extremely well. But WeSports is playing it interesting, in my opinion. Shizui trying to make his move back to the side with his mirror after he's starting a little flank there, but it gets caught by Afla, now leading to a 3-5 situation. Half of the round is done, and that's something what is pretty well played from WeSports, because they're trying to open up the vertical angles, denying mirror winners with that gameplay, but also trying to probably find some peaks, some kills there. Because
To be careful.
Yeah, but let's just remember, Eclezya had their problems with the vertical gameplay, but Eclezya is now playing extremely secure
Cautious.
there. Cautious. No one peeks, no one plays too aggressive, even gets another kill, gets the first one, drops out bank use on the flowers. I mean, it works, but did you really?
It's gonna be Aiden finding another kill here, and Aiden is up to Deju and Aka here to make this round work. Another one falling triple kill for Husky. Here now, it's all up to Aka yet now. In a 1v3 scenario, yep, we have not seen a single 1v3 clutch. Maybe I'm jinxing stuff here again. He's being full fresh. The players, they do know that he's there. He's already being held. He's just gonna have to land the first kill here on to the gridlock to make this work. He's given away his position a little bit. He's just gonna have to cross aside, otherwise going to be faced by Office, but it's not going to be the case as Phantom planted the fuser and on the other side gets the kill here. And that is another run for esports. And this is why I meant earlier, when you end off 2-4 split, you can give one defense round to your enemies and then move on with your attacking rounds. And now WeSports is in a way better position than Eclezya here, because they are already on 5 rounds. Yes, coming back from 3v5 is very simple. It's not impossible. 2 rounds to win, bring it back to 5-5, heads up. That's what Eclezya needs to do here. But if they give one more round to WeSports, then WeSports is on the match point, and that is already dangerous, because this is the last map of tonight, ladies and gentlemen. There's not going to be any more. It is a best of 3, so this is the last map. And yet again, WeSports could have chosen Consulate or Skyscraper, the 2 maps. It was a 50-50 who they picked. They decided against Consulate and picked Skyscraper. And maybe we're about to see why. They do look really strong in this map. It seems like they have a few strats going on, especially with Zamara, which is, for me, I don't know, maybe you can give more insight on the console scene here. For me, Amaru on a Skyscraper is not nothing new. We've seen this on PC, played quite a lot. It's been picked nearly every single attacking round, especially when it's Exhibition Office. It's because you just get quickly into Karaoke and T, and nearly to never somebody is contesting that. It's just a free pick in, and some people are still rotating around, so you just get a lot of times a free pick onto that.
Yeah, that's right. You pick Amaru to get a cutoff, fast entry, and just as we saw in the last round, she opted in. No one really knew she was already in there, and was a free pick with Afla getting the first 2 picks on the defenders here. Oh, and now we have the next gunfight. It's AK who's getting dropped out. WeSports making their path known. They want to win. They want the match point here on Skyscraper. And for now, I mean, it probably works extremely well. And it probably was a rush with Diju now in the clutch situation. But it's getting dropped out. Bravery getting the final kill and brings his team to the map and match point here on Skyscraper for now. What means that Eclezya need to find
3 rounds.
Yeah, find 3 rounds. They need to come back. Otherwise, it's over for today. And as much as I trash talk to WeSports the whole cast, because the gameplay wasn't like I wanted them, they're playing it so good here on Skyscraper. They are playing it so well. Had some struggle in the defense, but the attack here, the last 2 rounds, perfectly executed in my opinion. And now we have the timeout from Eclezya. I mean, they they can't be happy with what they brought to the table here on Skyscraper till now. And now, yeah, they need to figure something out and have a look on the
Exactly.
score. I mean, we have Husky and Afla with 15 and 10 kills. After that,
Exactly.
Quavery, Phantom, and Bankus be like, yeah,
4 below.
I mean, we're here.
But it's also doing the support work, joining out.
Yeah,
As we
true.
saw on the attack from WeSports, they had an Amara going into T, which needed to be drawn out. We had somebody coming into toilets, somebody walking into there, getting rid of these cut-off rotation points. For example, the brown stairs, the black stairs, and that's where the kills come in. As soon as the roamers need to fall back, a lot of the times they're gonna choose the stairs. Having somebody below, 2 people below, we saw cutting off these rotation just gives them and gives the attacking team a lot of power to deal with. Then the Amaro coming in, already creating even more pressure to then push the enemy further into these stairs than just being killed and traded out. Beautifully played there from the side of WeSports, and this is why I meant as soon as they click onto that, as soon as they play more as a team, instead of going for a lot of 1v1s, and I think they need a little bit of a warm-up for the first 2 rounds, for the first 2 maps, to understand where they're making a lot of mistakes. Especially in Border, we saw that they can play a lot of good rounds without taking a lot of 1v1s. We saw trades coming in, we saw people backing each other up. Talking all about that, Suki, I'm seeing an Amaru, and I'm seeing also a Blitz and Ash. And this all indicates one thing for me. And I want to see it. I want to see a rush coming in from the side of WeSports. They're allowed to do it. Eclezya, they only need 2 rounds, and as we can see, it's already going down. A few kills just trading each other. Oh, but it's all falling into the hands of Eclezya. Nothing is really happening on the side of WeSports. The Blitz is down, Yamaru is down, yet another one is falling. Afla. It's all up to now Curry here in a 1v3 scenario. Again, we haven't seen a single 1v3 scenario. The rush was well fought, but it wasn't enough there at the end. Yamaru was a tiny ick too early, and the Blitz was a tiny ick too late to push in. A lot of cross angles needed. It just wasn't enough there. It just was everything a little bit miscommunicated, just a few seconds too early, a few seconds too late. And that was a huge reason why this rush just didn't work out. We've seen a few rush from the side of Eclezya, and they worked because everybody just waited for this 3-2-1 goal moment. And here it was a little bit desync, and that desync cost them the round.
Yeah, I mean, it was Rush. Rush is, in my opinion, always like 50-50. Either it works or it works not. I mean, this round is not over. We saw clutches over and over again here on Skyscraper, but it's extremely hard with Curry now getting dropped to nearly 1 HP. And it's DG closing up for Eclezya. It's the first round of 3 needed to come back here on Skyscraper. But I don't think that WeSports were giving away another round so easily. I mean, they tried to rush, it won't work. Okay, let's play a little bit more as a team again. Let's figure out where they are playing, and then let's shut on this match. But yeah, it was rush. It was all fine. They lost it right now because they said it miscommunication. The Amaru was on this onside before the Blitz even opened the door. And Eclezya needs to tap on another side. They are away from the best side, or statistically best side. Let's not forget about that. Maybe it was a round for WeSports where they also would thought, okay, let's lose this round. Then we have the best side away from them, and they need to go to another spot. So let's find out what they will do this time. Eclezya is setting up a little bit bigger again, reinforcing the T double wall towards the balcony. And do we have a roamer?
This is a pretty big extension, so we can see also Aka being towards Geisha. They're not explicitly roaming. They're gonna have to be careful from the side of Eclezya, because we saw WeSports being super strong, especially attacking the side. If Eclezya exposes a little bit too much again, this might fall on the other hands. But as we can see, Husky decided to not really use his gadget, but rather to use the window instead, which is in front of him. He's just gonna have to be careful because Aka is there and ready to maybe get a kill with a C4. Arto, on the other hand, already doing another one, 5v3, not the side of Eclezya. Next few shots coming in onto Phantom. It's not gonna be enough for a kill yet. And Arca needs to make a really important decision now, and that is to fall back. You don't want to give your enemy team a potential kill on you. Even though you've got a kill, you could trade, but you don't want that to happen. As you can see, that's exactly what he's about to do. Fell off a little bit. He's gonna take the help from his teammates in case there's needing of a refrag. And somebody's down below. The question is, does he know that he's on the tight left? It doesn't seem so. And Phantom is gonna fall to the kite. It's down to a 5-2 scenario now. To the side of Eclezya. And it's not looking too good right now. They can take one, but can they take the next 2-1 to bring it down to a 2v2? They've already done it once, they've already done it twice, but can they do it a third time now on a different map?
Swapping mags. Yeah, but what do you think? Can they do it again? You believe in them, or?
This is a very tricky situation because they have Arca in a tight spot, which is he's outside the spot, he's cornered in this room. If they don't give him a single kill, they could bring it back, because 3-2 is very much possible. They're just gonna have to be super careful. Arca's taken a lot of damage, and yet not a single WeSports player has taken any damage, but it's gonna be Arca taking this beautiful shot onto Query, and it's a 1v4 scenario. Now, obviously, it's looking way tighter to the side of WeSports. Yes, they still have the round advantage, but Arca just made a huge kill. And that kill kind of decided the round, and because he can just swing again and get the other round for his team. And now, we're in a very possible scenario that this could go overtime. As WeSports down match point. They could have already won this. But they haven't. They tried the rush, didn't really work out. The round clearing part didn't really work out. Eclezya, they just worked against it. They got the kills. They played a little bit more aggressive there. They had the backup for it in case they tried to go for his teammates. And now we're in a 5-6 spot. The next win could determine if we go overtime or if this map ends here and now. And, you know, Strucker, by now you should know me. I'm gonna ask the almighty question here and now, and also to the chat, ladies and gentlemen, to the ones who are watching, to the ones who are also just maybe listening to this. What do you believe is gonna happen? Is it gonna be a overtime? Is this gonna be map end to the side of WeSports? Or is Eclezya, can they win this next round? And are we gonna see an overtime? And Strucker, I'm gonna ask you as well, what do you believe and what do you want to see?
The thing is, they need to defend the side they didn't defend before. So they're playing the bathroom master side. It's a spot we didn't saw on both sides till now. We only saw barbecue and kitchen. So it's a little bit harder than it is in either way. But I think that WeSports will close this game in this round. Because just look at the movement on the side of Eclezya. They're struggling with a little bit. They're staying with 3 people down on the bottom. They are, I mean, they can change my mind, but I think they are struggling a little bit with their placements, with their movement. Interesting to see what WeSports will do now, and it's after with the opening flag at how the Mozzie is done.
That was a beautiful team play. So we saw John coming in, joining Afla into the map to then get the kill. Another one just been spotted out, and they need to retreat back to side to not make this too close. But on the side of the top floor, you want to play a little bit more extended. You want to make sure that they're not allowed to entry in exhibition or office. You want to keep the top floor as long as possible, because that is a huge key point to play this side. Kitchen and Barbecue does have the little better winning rate when it comes to that, but playing sometimes this side just gives you an advantage. Another kill falling to the hands of WeSports, and now it's not looking too good, but yet again, we've seen them coming back. We've seen them come back from a 3v5 score to back to a 3-3, and all the way down. The question is who's going to get the next kill, and it's going to be Husky finding the kill on Ark. It's now down to a 2v5 scenario, Strucky. It's not looking too good to the side of Eclezya here. We're gonna have to say it. WeSports is looking strong, but nothing is impossible to score. And this match isn't over until the score is set, as I like to say. So we can see a little bit vertical pressure now going on. We know Eclezya is a little bit weak on that. But can they turn it? There's going to be Afla finding another one here onto the kill. Can he maybe find a refrag? He can find the first. Can he find a second? No, he can't. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, it's over. WeSports taking the bags, taking this win. That means they move on and Eclezya is out.
Yeah, and I told you, it's a thing. Eclezya had some struggle with their standings. They got drawn out by WeSports 1-1, and it's exactly that where Eclezya had the most problems with. WeSports played it so well. The only struggle they had in their attack was when they attacked the top floor spots. But the both attacks they got on the on the first floor were extremely well. WeSports meets up to the finals and joins some teams. I don't know if we have the record already set up. We're figuring out the matches, but let's have a look at the standings, I would say. Okay, the production is trolling me at the moment a little bit. We don't have it updated right now. But yeah, let's keep an eye on what teams are made it to the finals. I mean, we started with 16 teams in stage 2. Only 8 of them made it through. 8 of them are sent home. By that, the teams who are sent home are Team Aspire, MVG, Zach Gaming, Windows Key, the Minions AGM, the Mafia Squad, and no, wait, Mafia Squad is through. I missed one. I'm missing one team there right now at the moment, but it's not that big of a deal right now. And even Eclezya, who's leaving us today, brings us the final 8 teams, which we will have a look later on if it's already. Derek, what do you think? What do you say to the match we saw tonight?
I'm gonna have to say it was an up and down. Really, my emotions, I can't really comprehend it. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it wasn't down. Honestly, the first match, seeing Eclezya being so much on the top, I actually thought after the first map, the Eclezya is gonna take this home. But then WeSport, they just changed a little bit when it came to the border game. I think the first map was kind of an if game, was kind of an oopsie game. They didn't meant to play it as they tended to. I think they made a lot of mistakes, which they kind of catched up upon. The second map, they kind of got a little bit of confidence. On the third map, you saw the confidence coming through. You saw a lot of rounds. They are taking the 1v1s, but they had the refrag, they had the crossfire. They just changed over the 3 maps. They changed a lot. They adapted a lot to Eclezya. But also to Eclezya, they've seen the points, they've seen the little mistakes that WeSports is doing, they catch upon them, but sometimes it just wasn't enough. Getting these 1v1s, bringing it back down from a 5-3 to a 3-3, but they had a lot of rounds where they had the man advantage, where Eclezya had the man advantage, but then they're giving the man advantage back to WeSports. Opening kill, and we go down to a 2v2 scenario. You don't want to have a 2v2 scenario when you're 5-4 up. You want to have the one man up. You want to always keep the one man up. And we saw it a lot from the side of Eclezya. And again, first map, beautifully played. You gotta give them to them. They fought for it. They had the match point. They brought it down to 8-6. Then at the end, border was their pick. Didn't really work out, but it was still a fight. A lot of 2v2s coming down, a lot of 1v1s. And on the last map, it just wasn't enough. Maybe because they were a little bit tired, anything. But I think it was really seeing 2 teams improve and understanding each other. It just came down which team made less mistakes or who could adapt better, and at the end it was WeSports.
That's right. But now I heard that we can have a look on the final bracket of the stage 2 and also can bring some information on the matches we're seeing in the finals. There you got it. As I mentioned before, we have 8 teams who are stepping up to stage 3. We have Votum Gaming and MDF. We have LDL, E-Wave Esports, and Flawless 7. And the last 2 teams who played their games this week are Cosma Gaming, Ghost Army, and WeSports, as we saw in the last 3 matches. That are the 8 teams who will make their presence known in the final stage. And the most of you people want to know which team faces who in the finals. And let's say that we have MDF against Mafia Squad. We have Votum, or former Votum, they are now called NIP. I don't know the exact name, not the pro team, but NIP against WeSports. We have LDL against Cosma Gaming, and we have Flawless 7 against UF Esports. That are the pairings we will see after a short break, after the Christmas days. But for today, we are finished. We are done.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone who shared the evening with the two of us and our production in the background. A big thanks to Void and to Ogon for producing and observing the whole thing. And with that, I would say I'm wishing every one of you a beautiful Christmas, beautiful New Year. Share some time with your family and tune back in when we are back live with the final stage of the ESA Cup. Have a good holiday, and till then, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.